Boy, I can't wait for that eclipse tomorrow. We should clean up.
What an idea.
The fun and prizes I dig, but where's the entertainment?
Ta-da-da-da-da! Presenting the Great Grabuji. Fancy tricks and snappy chatter. Abracadabra, presto, and type! Well, I had more when I started, but I'm glad you like that one. Here's another one you're going to like. Watch this. This is better.
Hold it. Oh, brother, no, I've seen everything. $5 to see an eclipse?
Too high? But Skip, it's going to be a total eclipse. Think of the high-class entertainment that comes with it. Observe the fine art of prestidigitation.
Presto what?
Prestidigitation. It's a word, Skip. Look, looking at that. Up. Picking cottontail. Hey, Gruber. What are you doing over there? Next time you'll show up for rehearsal.
Maybe you want to cut the price of the tickets to $1.
Oh. Wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute. There'll be no tickets and there'll be no shindig. Have you 8 balls forgotten a warning that Binghamton gave you?
No chance of him showing up.
Well, we got the whole back area booby-trapped.
Booby-trapped? Have you guys lost your...
Let me out! Let me out!
Binghamton!
Get me out from here!
Mamma mia!
Get off, quick, come on.
I'll have your eyes.
Come on, you guys, let's go. Cut him down. Go.
Let me out! Get me out from here! Get me out! Let me out! I'll have your hides first! Get me down! Get me down from here! You're all under arrest! You'll swing for this! Dimwit Parker, cutting me down from that thing without warning.
Oh, sir, Captain Binghamton, sir,
Oh, you klutz, you have to make so much noise.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I did want to report McHale's crew is safely in the brig, sir.
Oh, good, good. I tell you, this is the beginning of the end. All right, already with the rigging. Will you stop with the rigging? Oh, it's Admiral Rogers. Hello, Admiral.
I just got a signal from the Pentagon. They want to build an emergency landing strip on Managi Island. Now, I want you to get in there and sign a treaty with the natives.
Oh, well, you picked the right man, Admiral. I mean, when it comes to native relations, I'm an expert.
These are not ordinary natives. They're bloodthirsty, uncivilized headhunters.
And you get headhunters?
We could take the island by force. But the Pentagon insists, no weapons. So I want you to get in there and give them a good handshake and a smile, and good luck to you.
But Admiral, with the headhunters and Admiral, I don't know about the head. Sorry. Oh my word!
Oh, I heard, sir. Oh, don't go, please. If you lose your head, we'll be without a leader.
Yes, I'll shut up.
Believe me, sir, I admire your bravery, but you can't go. What? You don't even speak the language.
Oh, I know that. I know. That's the whole thing. I don't speak the language. I don't feel anything. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know a man that does.
Oh, sir.
Oh, they'll love him. He's got a much bigger head than I do. Give me my hat. We're going to pay a visit to McHale.
McHale? Oh, McHale. Oh, that's brilliant, sir. Oh, that's what I really admire about you, Captain. Your courage is only exceeded by your cunning.
I believe I asked for my hat.
Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, sir, I just saw Commander McHale, and he was on his way over to the brig to visit his crew. Follow me.
Elroy.
Oh, yes, sir.
Follow you. I don't follow anybody. I'm a leader. Step aside.
I'm terribly sorry.
Say.
Boy, can you imagine that Gruber trying to make money on an eclipse? Those schlockmeisters will never learn. The captain's really going to lower the... Okay, guys, coast is clear. Come on, follow me. Oh, hi, Skip. Just going out for a breath of fresh air.
Gruber, you stupid lunkhead.
Cal.
Gruber, come on, get lost. It says it's left. Yes, sir. How do you do, sir? We were just on our way over to the brig to see my men.
How are you? I'm just on my way over there myself, McHale. I wanted to apologize to them for their eclipse party. I realize now they were just having fun.
Just having fun, sir?
Hey, Skip, old lead bottom isn't as bad as we thought. Whoops.
Lead bottom? What the... Oh, is that what you boys call me? Lead bottom?
Oh, sir,
That's cute. Love it. Oh, my, is it any wonder I am freeing your fun-loving crew and giving them the choice assignment of the year?
Choice assignment, sir?
You leave in an hour for the glorious, fun-filled weekend on the island of Managi.
Hey, Skip, that's great.
Managi? But, sir, that island is inhabited by a tribe of wild headhunters.
Sir, you forgot the best part. Orders from Comfleet. No weapons.
Shut up, Ninny.
No weapon? Captain, you can't send my men and myself over in that island unarmed.
McHale, I never send my men any place I wouldn't go myself.
You mean you're going with us?
Regulations, McHale. Anytime a commander leaves a boat docked at a beach, someone has to stay behind and watch that boat.
Someone. And you're the one.
That we shove off in 1,100 hours. Now, shall we go and notify the boys? Why don't we all drop in on them together? McHale, why don't you replace your divots? McHale, Carpenter and I will stand by here until you get that treaty signed by the natives. Oh, and don't call us. We'll call you.
You're all heart, Captain.
Well, there it is, boys. The jungle telegraph. They know we're here.
What are they saying, Skip?
What are they saying? They're saying, boom, 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 boom. Come on, will you get going?
What are they saying?
Okay, guys, let's move out. But remember, don't lose your heads.
Yeah, I know. Oh, easy, boys, easy. Play it cool, boys. Managi, oh, great chief. Buana, Granabe, Chin Chin, Sudani.
Onana, Kinjakawa.
Get a load of that face. I wonder how much you charge to haunt a house.
You watch tongue, or cut out.
I think I'll cut out.
Chief, you speak English. Oh, wonderful, great chief. Then we like brothers. We give you trinket. You let American flybird land on island, yes? Make heap good medicine.
No good medicine. Witch doctor die. Evil spirits everywhere.
Oh, that's too bad. But, Chief, if you sign this treaty...
No treaty, no flybird. Until witch doctor chase away evil spirits.
Oh, but Chief, shucks, if that's all that's bothering you, you can use our medicine man. Yeah, our witch doctor.
Your witch doctor?
There he is. Yeah. Granabi, Chin Chin, Grubar.
That your witch doctor look more like yellow-haired pelican.
Powerful magic doctor.
You make good medicine, Kawani friend. You lie, you die.
Okay, to run. Sounds just like the stage manager at the palace.
Yeah, you're all right. Now, look, give them a couple of your magic tricks, and they better be good.
You're telling me you die here, you really die.
That's no lie.
Here he is, old great chief.
Well, here we are, folks. For my first miracle of magic, I would like a volunteer from the audience. And on second thought, I'll use my own volunteer. Here he is now, Ensign Charles Parker, WDD.
Here he is, Chief.
Thank you for volunteering, Mr. Parker. Now, for my first trick, I'd like to borrow that pencil in your pocket, if you please. Thank you. Now, if you'll notice, this is a solid, wooden, everyday, common, ordinary pencil. Everyday type object. Would you kindly give that to the chief to examine, please? You. Also notice, friends, nothing up my sleeve, no gimmicks, and no tricks whatsoever. Now, you all watch very closely, and you'll notice the pencil will disappear right before your very eyes. How about that, huh? Now, my second trick.
Hey, you owe me a pencil.
I'd like to borrow a string of beads. If someone would kindly give a string of beads to my assistant, Mr. Parker.
That's a
String of beads.
Manalone. Use mine.
Oh, thank you.
But, sir, your sacred deeds?
Don't worry about a thing, Skip. I've done this trick 1,000 times. Now, you'll notice this complete string of highly polished human teeth. Human teeth? Human teeth. Now, your hat, Mr. Parker, if you please. Now, you'll notice I make a few small cuts. There's one right over there, and one right over there, and one right over there. That's 3 in all. Now, here we go. A few magic passes over the hat. Say the magic words, and it's all back together again. Abracadabra, abracazoo, and there they are, as good as they were. And when we... Wait.
I'll
put them together. Wait a minute. I'll get it.
Yeah, right in the head. Hey, that's it. Run.
Hey, my cap. I'm out of uniform. I just came back from my hat. Hat. Came back for hat. Had a wonderful time.
I'm going!
Now, wait a minute. I'm an assistant witch doctor. You kill a witch doctor, it's 7 years bad luck.
Coma?
Yeah. Well, now, wait a minute. I make powerful medicine, too. Make fire from silver box. Abracadabra, huh? Alakazam. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, boy. Wait a minute, I'll get it.
What you do? What you do?
Oh, I didn't do anything.
You call moon to eat sun!
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I can't even get this lighter to work. It is eating the sun.
Hey, look! It's the eclipse! It's starting!
We could have been back at the base making a fortune.
We'll be lucky if we get back to the base. Boys, stick together, because those cannibals will be after us as sure. Hey, where's Chuck?
I don't know. Wasn't he behind you?
Oh, no. Come on, boys, we gotta go back after him.
Son!
Well, now, wait a minute. I didn't do that. Don't you guys ever read the almanac? That's an eclipse.
Toledo, they think Mr. Parker did it.
Boys, this is just the break we need. Come on, let's go.
Oh, great and powerful Manalone brings back fire!
I'm trying. Hey, Skip. Boy, am I glad to see you.
Oh, great witch doctor! You did it again!
I did?
I tried to tell you, Chief. That white man medicine very powerful. You make our witch doctor very angry. Not sign treaty. So he cover up wholesome.
You got it all wrong.
You see, our witch doctor do spirit dance. Now you keep away all evil spirit. You sign treaty. Let American flyboy land on island.
I sign. When you bring back son.
Oh, you heard him, almighty witch doctor. Bring back the sun.
But, Skip, I can't.
Well, fake it. The eclipse is almost over.
Yeah, well, Abracadabra!
Abracadabra!
Alakazam!
Alakazam!
1, 2, button your shoe.
1, 2, button my shoe.
3, 4, shut the door.
3, 4, shut the door.
Gee, I'm just getting the hang of it.
Cal,
sir.
are you sure that these savages agreed to sign this treaty? No tricks.
Well, of course, no tricks. Oh, sir, would I do anything to endanger your health?
Hey, that's a worry, Treaty. Keep your eyes open at all times. Where were you when that happened? Sakes, what a day this has been. Eclipses, headhunters.
That was a bird, sir.
I know a bird when I hear one. Carpenter, why do you always panic at times like this?
Me, sir, but I was just...
Put me down. For goodness sakes. Just keep your camera ready at all times.
The camera, yes, sir.
The chief and I are signing that treaty. You know which is my good side.
Yes, sir, the right side. The one with the dimples, sir. I know.
Well, you better get your dimples ready, sir. We're almost there.
Wait, I don't know. All right, you man, stand at attention.
Hi, Chief.
All right, McHale, give me the treaty. Let's get this ceremony over.
Oh, yes, sir.
Tell Fatso here who I am.
Who you call Fatso?
I forgot to tell you, Captain, he speaks English.
You did this on purpose, McHale.
No, I didn't, Captain.
No offense, oh mighty warrior. Mighty warrior.
Oh,
Where I come from, Fatso means big boss. Big boss. See, I'm a Fatso in the United
big
States
fatso.
Navy. I'll take care of this. Now, why don't we two Fatsos get together and sign the treaty?
No sign treaty till witch doctor chase away evil spirits. Mona! Mona!
Parker is a witch doctor. What's going on around here? Parker, what are you doing out of uniform?
No touch sacred witch doctor!
Captain, you want to get us all killed?
Killed? This is just stupid, moronic Parker. Greetings, almighty witch doctor.
Hello, Captain Fatso.
All right, now we've got the nonsense out of the way. Let's sign the treaty.
Malo malo tiki.
Kneel down, Captain. Kneel down. You see, Dr. Parker has to take away the evil curse. Yes, sir. Hold the treaty up to us, sir.
All silent. Hickory dickory dock. The spirits run up the clock. The clock struck 1 and down they run. I'm sorry, sir. It's my first day on the job.
Ma!
Nice work there, witch doctor. Yes, now the evil spirits are all gone. It's all right to sign the treaty, isn't it?
Evil spirits all gone.
All right, here we go, Captain. Yes, you sign now.
Malo nui. I sign treaty.
Good.
Hold it. Say cheese. Oh, wait for me. Oh, gesundheit, Fatso. Say, could I have a copy of this when we get through? You know, send my mother. Her son, the witch doctor.
Now that everything's signed, I guess we can be on our way.
Wait!
We gotta get going. Here's my hat.
You stay here. You Managi witch doctor. Tomorrow, big wedding ceremony. Mangali!
Now look, sir. Look, Chief. He can't stay for that.
Yeah, besides, I can't perform a wedding ceremony. I'm not even a notary public.
You no perform. These your brides.
Oh, my brides?
Old Managi custom. New witch doctor marry brides of old witch doctor.
Oh, now wait a minute, Chief.
He stay, you go. Come back tomorrow for wedding.
But Captain,
Never mind, McHale. If that's the rule, that's the rule. And Parker's just going to have to marry all these girls, that's all. Nothing is going to stand in the way of this treaty. You understand that? It's an order. Now move out. Hickory-dickory dock me, will you?
Skip, don't leave me.
I'll be back tomorrow for the wedding.
Easy for that.
Boy, Skip, I sure hope Mr. Parker makes it through the night.
You really think your idea will work, Skip?
Well, it better.
Here, let me help you, Captain.
No, that's all right, boy. I got that. Are we almost there, McHale?
We'll arrive in Managi in 45 minutes, sir.
Good. Dum-dum-de-dum, dum-dum. I can do it myself, man.
Hey, Tinker, we're leaving now. You follow us in 5 minutes, and then go into your act. Remember, you're Mr. Parker's last chance, okay?
Okay. Why, me, always me.
Welcome, oh great white fatso.
Oh, it's quite an honor to be here, Chief. I bring gifts for the lovely ladies.
Now, two chiefs' brothers. We have big wedding feast. Pogo!
Hey, Chuck. Skip, you gotta get me out of this. I mean, I got one life to give my country, but this is ridiculous.
Don't worry, you're not on your honeymoon yet.
Well, don't mention honeymoon. Hi, fellas.
Anna boom 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 anna manakana honna boom 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 mana.
Stop the wedding! Stop the wedding! Zuma's a married man! He's my husband!
What go on here?
Oh, Charlie, you beast, running off like this.
Katinka, yeah, darling.
Hell, what are you trying to pull here? That woman is Seaman Bell.
Shh, easy does it, Captain. Look, you leave it to me, and we'll not only save Parker, but keep the treaty, too. Just a minute.
Now, Chief, madam. Now, Chief, I'm afraid the wedding is off.
Wedding off? What you mean?
Well, this man is already married, sir.
Well, sorry, girls.
Oh, Charlie, you naughty boy, running away from home like that, leaving me with a sink full of dishes. You come right along with me. Not even a card on Mother's Day.
Wait, stop! You no take witch doctor!
Oh, don't be funny. It's a family car.
Adam.
You stop. You are. I swear I was a woman.
Watch this. Woman is not woman. Wife is man.
Just a joke, Chief. Isn't that right, fellas?
This is all going in my report to the Admiral.
Maybe joke to you, but Chief have last. Ho-go-ho!
Poga-ho me! You see that? Now you stand back or I'm going to make a big boom-boom like a volcano out of this little pineapple. Stand back, fatso, or boom! Wait a minute.
Boom, pineapple. I see no boom.
No, Chief! No! Everybody down! Get down!
You bad magic. You leave island.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, boys, before he changes his mind.
I'll wait for your commanding officer.
Not you. Better those phonies leave. You have powerful magic in little pineapple make big volcano. You are new witch doctor.
Oh, no, I can't be a witch doctor. I've got a lot of work to do back at the base. McHale, wait.
Now, remember the treaty, Captain. And don't worry, we'll be back for the wedding.
Wait a minute, Skip. Here, Captain. You'll love the girls.
Lucky man.
Brother, things at the base gonna be beautiful without him.
All right. Hold the celebration. We're gonna have to pick him up, just as soon as the CBs land and start bulldozing.
That's gonna be a big drag.
Well, anyway, I'll never forget the look on Binghamton's face holding up that grenade and yelling, "I'm gonna make big boom boom! Volcano and pineapple!"
Hey, Willie, the planet's a live one!
Yeah! Everywhere you go, witch doctors. Oh, boy.
Hey, get a load of this. I got a Dear John letter from my bookie. He cut off my credit. How unpatriotic can you get?
Hey, you guys, look at this clipping my mother sent me. Chagrin Falls Navy man named heir to an estate.
Heir to an estate?
Oh, come on, you're putting us on.
Ensign Charles Parker, now stationed in the Pacific Theater, has been named an heir in the will of his late great Aunt Anastasia Terwilliger.
Atta boy, Mr. Parker.
That's what I call news. Boy, poor Andy. She was always so kind to me. Used to take me bird watching. Taught me how to twitter like a gray-speckled meadow thrush.
That's enough with the birds. What's with the cash?
Yeah, come on, let me see that. Let me see that. Come on. It says here Miss Terwilliger's estate is estimated to be over $1 million.
Hold it, you slackmeisters.
Chuck, Mainside just called. Those prop shafts are all set. You take Tinker and go and pick them up, will you?
Skip, watch your tongue. That's no way to talk to a financial giant.
What are you guys talking about anyway?
Skip, we got a millionaire in our midst.
Mr. Parker's got more lettuce than you can shake a rabbit at.
Sure, that's great. Yeah, but it doesn't say here how many people you're going to have to share the loot with.
No, there won't be any other heirs to the estate. Annie only talked to me and her canary.
Listen, don't go counting your polo ponies until you see the will. At any rate, listen, get over to Tarantube and pick up those prop shafts, will you? Prop shafts, yeah. All right.
Boy, $1 million.
And listen, you knuckleheads, will you stop filling his head full of that millionaire jazz? Let's just wait and see what happens with...
Mr. Parker, watch out!
Chuck, wait, Chuck, no, Chuck.
Boy, $1 million. I get cold and clammy just thinking about it.
Carpenter?
Sir.
You wouldn't happen to have $20,000 stashed away somewhere, would you? No, I wouldn't think you would. Anybody with that kind of money is back home wheeling and dealing while I'm out here fighting this non-profit war.
Oh, but, sir, money isn't everything. It won't buy happiness.
No, but it could buy me a lieutenant who doesn't make me sick to my stomach. This is the opportunity of a lifetime right here. Look at this. Valuable New Caledonia waterfront property for sale. Must sacrifice $20,000. Contact Fair Pierre, Numia Building.
$20,000 is a lot of money, sir.
That's peanuts.
It's peanuts.
$20,000. Why, after the war, do you realize, Carpenter, that property could be worth $1 million? Oh, I tell you right now, I would sell my soul for $20,000.
And that's a fair price, sir. Very fair.
I'm telling you, why did I ever read that blasted ad in the first place?
But, sir, I just vacuumed the floor.
Just vacuum the floor again. If I can't enjoy this war, why should you?
You know, now that I'm a millionaire, I think I should have a classier name. Something like Charles Parker Feller or J.P. Diamond Parker.
Watch out, sir! See you at 11 o'clock!
Parker, you murderer, you come back here.
No broken bones, sir. Oh, this is all right, yeah. Oh, it's a good thing you're so chubby.
Hands up. He'll kill her. He'll kill her. How's it attempt to kill me right there? You'll try to run me over twice.
Yes, sir. What time's the court-martial, sir? I don't want to be marked tardy.
Time. You simple thing. He's simple. That's what he is. Simple. There's not going to be any court-martial. You're going to be shipped off to the Aleutians, and I'm not going to wait for a court-martial. You think I'm going to give you a chance to try and kill me again? You're going to the Aleutians on the next plane.
The Aleutians? Oh, gee, Captain.
Don't you watch it. Just start packing right now before I change my mind and I start to strangle you right on the spot. Get out of here.
Hey, it's here! A letter from Mr. Parker from the Chagrin Falls National Bank.
Geronimo!
Hey, that ought to cheer you up.
Boy, how about that? Hey, look, it's from the trust department. Now you'll know how much you're getting, Chuck.
Oh, boy, Skip, I'm too nervous. You better read it.
All right. Here. Dear Ensign Charles Parker, sir, enclosed find a copy of the last will and testament of Anastasia Terwilliger, as admitted to probate on May 5, 1942. You will note that your great-aunt bequeathed $1,000 to her canary, Pretty Boy.
Pretty boy? A lousy bird gets $1,000.
Ah, that means Mr. P's going to get a bucketful. Go on.
Pipe down. Now, $1,200,000 to the Friends of Hummingbirds Foundation. Yeah! Will you? And to you, Mr. Parker, she bequeaths her Birdwatcher's Encyclopedia, her binoculars, and her prize stuffed owl.
That's all he gets? A stuffed owl?
That's it.
Oh, she cut him off without a penny.
Boy, she really gave you the bird.
Oh, wait a minute, you guys. It was a nifty stuffed owl. Well, I used to take it nighty-night. Broke me a thumb sucking.
Thumb wrap. The Aleutians and no money.
Mr. Parker hadn't been dreaming about being a millionaire. He never would have clobbered the captain.
All right. That's enough. What's the matter? Hey. What's the matter with me? Of course. That's it.
You got an idea, Skip?
Look, I was just thinking that... Well, look, if old Leadbottom found out that Chuck was a millionaire, he'd never ship him out. Well, he'd keep him around like a lost bank account.
That bird's got all the dough.
Do you mean we fake it?
Where there's a will,
there's a way.
of course. Come here, fellas. Look, here's what we're going to do. Hi, Captain. Hello, Cappy.
McHale, if you're here to beg for mercy for that flea-brained Parker, you can just save the strain on your kneecaps, because I've got his orders right here.
No, sir. No, I just brought over the rest of his papers, sir. Yes, sir, before you ship him out.
Oh? Oh, thank you, McHale. You don't seem very upset about losing your little nitwit buddy. I thought you'd be in tears by this time.
Oh, no, sir. Look, Parker made a boo-boo and he ought to pay for it. Yes, sir.
What is this newspaper clipping? What is that?
That? I don't know, sir. It was along with the rest of Parker's papers, sir. Well, I know you're busy, so I'll be buzzing along. Bye-bye, sir. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you imagine that dunce Parker being an heir? Why, he's worth well over $1 million.
A lot of good as millions will do him in the Aleutians, sir.
Who said he's going to the Aleutians?
Well, you...
Now, why would a big-hearted real estate investor like me send a nice, young, rich lad like that to the Aleutians?
But, sir, you just had orders cut for him to go to the...
Stir up trouble. That boy's worth over $1 million. He'd certainly be willing to lend his CO a paltry $20,000.
I guess so, sir, but I don't understand. You already...
Shut up, comb your hair, blow your nose. We are going to pay a social call on our wealthy young ensign.
Sir, why are you so cross with me?
Because I hate poor people.
Yes?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to see Parker.
Whom?
Parker.
You mean Charles Beaumont Parker III. And whom shall I say is calling?
Captain Wallace. You know who I am, Gruber. Get out of my place.
Sleeve 35.
Sleeve 35.
Mr. Parker, do you prefer your collars in mink or chinchilla?
Well, why don't we make the collars in mink, and it'll keep me cozy in the snow, and make the lining chinchilla.
Wait until I announce you.
Excuse me, sir. Now, latest stock market quotation, sir. Canadian can up 2 3/8. National Consolidated up 2.5. Algerian wool
down 2.3, sir.
Oh, gee. They need help, don't they? I'll tell you. Buy 1,000 shares, take it out of petty cash.
Oh, sir, you are of good heart, sir. Oh, they'll be thrilled.
Announce me.
Please.
Say, what's all that commotion over there? Captain Binghamton. Yeah, good of you to drop in.
Sir, these oil ventures have to be signed immediately, sir.
And... Yes, you'll have to forgive me, sir. You know, busy. Oh, I hope you don't mind my stealing Quentin and the boys from you.
Oh, no. That's perfectly all right. Be my guest. Oh, as a matter of fact, I brought some champagne over to toast your good fortune.
Domestic.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'll have to forgive Quentin, sir. He's such a perfectionist.
Okay, Chuck, why don't you call me Wally?
Wally? Well, that's good. Wally. Yeah, well, why don't you just call me Mr. Parker?
Please, sir, I have to make this other measurement here.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Wally.
No, I'm done. I should have had my
Lunch is served.
big chin in the way,
Your
isn't it, sir?
lordship.
Yes.
The apple is not done. Take it away immediately.
Oh, sorry, sir. Forgive me, sir. It won't happen again, sir.
Boy, you think you could find a chef to whip up a simple little snack?
Yes, what do you think so? Listen, Mr. Parker, I know how busy you are, but I've been thinking and dabbling in a little real estate.
Sir, these stock transfers have to be signed immediately, sir.
All finished, Mr. Parker. We'll have the uniforms ready the first thing in the morning.
Good. Oh, don't forget the Vicuna pajamas.
Yes, that's right. It gets awful cold up there in the Aleutians.
The Aleutians? Who said anything about sending this boy to the Aleutians?
Well, Captain, you gave the orders, sir.
Well, what kind of a rabble-rouser spreading a story like that? Or would I send this boy to the Aleutians? This boy is almost like a son to me. Oh. He's like my own flesh and money.
Yes. Well, I suppose if you insist, I could carry on business affairs from here.
Oh, splendid. And speaking of your business affairs, do you suppose you and I could get together on a little deal, say a little real estate investment?
Well, now, I see why not, Wally. Anything you want. Anything at all.
Now, you'll have to excuse me now, sir. Yes, Mr. Parker has to have his massage now, you see. That signing of checks can tighten up a man.
Shall I say to the door, sir? Yes,
sir. Get your hands off of me, you
Please, sir. Don't you realize how hard it is to get help with a war run?
You're right. I'm sorry, Lester. 1,000 pardons. As a matter of fact, 20,000 pardons. Goodbye, Chuck. Let's have lunch. All right.
Can't help. Look at this.
C'est magnifique, eh, mon capitaine?
It's too good to be true. Can't believe it's mine.
But it is yours, mon ami, just as soon as you give me the $20,000.
Yes, of course. The money.
There is a problem, monsieur?
Oh, no, there's no problem. It's just that I don't happen to have the money with me. But don't worry, you can trust me.
Of course, mon ami. Just sign this IOU to show your good faith, s'il vous plaît.
IOU? Well, is that necessary that I...
It merely states that you will pay Pierre $20,000 upon demand.
Well, why not? After all, I've got millions behind me. Chuck, I'm sorry to burst in unannounced like this. I know how busy you are, but I have just made the most marvelous business deal. Will you look at that beautiful acreage?
Oh, say, that is good. Yeah, pretty clouds, too.
Yes,
Skip,
pretty clouds. Yes, such a card, Chucky. I think you understand. You see, this is the property that you and I bought.
Oh.
You remember you gave me the green light? You said anything I want?
What? What I mean is that, Captain, this is no time to...
Now, Quentin, I know how busy you are running Chuck's financial empire, so if you'll just write me a check for $20,000, I'll be on my way.
$20,000?
So you want me to make you a check for $20,000?
Get the figures, the figures. Clumsy. It was very clumsy of me that when you... look at those silly fingers. They're all bent now. I have to carry the check in my other hand now.
Mr. Parker, Oh, my goodness, this cable. Oh, I don't know how it slipped by me, sir.
What cable, man? What are you babbling about?
Sir, Mr. Parker, brace yourself. It's from your lawyers. The bottom just fell out of Canadian can. You're wiped out.
Wiped out? I'm wiped out. Wiped out.
I heard.
Well, that's the way it goes, Wally. Easy come, easy go.
Hey, you couldn't have blown $1,000,000. Let's get over to the Radio Shack. We'll come in with your bank.
The bank? But I don't have anything in the bank.
Well, you sell a steamship, hawk an oil well. I need that money quick.
Captain, please, easy does it. We need these papers for the bankruptcy proceeding.
Can't be that bad. There's got to be something left here. Look at there. How to dismantle a machine gun. Look at this. It's Gruber's laundry list. Hey, look at this. This is a bingo card. Well, you planned this whole thing just to get this baboon off the hook from going to the Aleutians.
No.
True, isn't it? Your aunt didn't leave you a nickel, did she? A nickel. She didn't leave you a nickel.
Well, she left me a stuffed owl.
Stuffed owl. Her just stuff him one of these days. I sign an IOU for $20,000, and if I don't come up with the money tomorrow, Fair Pierre's going to turn that note over to Admiral Rogers.
But no, easy does it, Captain. Maybe there's some way out.
Some way out. What a dastardly deed. Shocking pink sport cars, mink butlers.
Captain, that's it. That's your way out.
I know the way out. It's through that door.
No. You just gave me an idea of how we can fake that Frenchman right out from under your IOU, sir.
Oh, sir, I'd like permission to inhale.
You shut up. I'm not going to fall for any more of your tricks, McHale.
No. This can get you all off the hook for all that dough, sir. Yes, sir. It's your only chance. Remember Admiral Rogers.
Admiral Rogers. Oh, McHale, I don't know what this scheme is all about, but it better work. Well, here we are, Fair. The money is in my office. I'll get it. I'll pay you off. You can be on your way.
Wonderful, mon ami, because I must leave for Australia immediately.
What is that?
Oh, that's a yacht. That's a group of those international playboys. You never know where they're going to turn up.
They are international playboys, all right. And look at that yacht. Sacre bleu.
No, that's the SS Fort Knox. And they are a delightful bunch to know. I'd introduce you if you weren't in such a rush.
Well, now, who is in a rush? I have plenty of time.
Sure likes the way you dance, honey. Remind me to name an oil well after you.
I just hope I get back to the hospital on time. I go on duty at 1300.
Yeah, all right, quit making like a nurse then and start like Zsa Zsa. Come on.
Yeah! Woo! Well, doggone! Now look who's here. Hiya, Cap, you old maverick.
Ow! My, he's a strong one, isn't he? Mr. McHale, I'd like to have you meet a friend of mine. This is Monsieur Pierre.
Oh, it is a great pleasure, Monsieur McHale.
Well, now, you just call me Gusher. Like an oil gusher. You get it?
Hey, raccoons! We all got company.
Hey, baby! Back book and sit down.
You're just in time. We're sending to Rome for pizza.
Yeah, I want you to meet all these boys. Now, this here Maverick's name is Senor Ramon Velasquez, and he's heir to the Castilian soap fortune.
Buenos dias, senor. Anytime you get dirty, just give me the buzz. See.
Well, that's soapy for you. Yes, sir. Oh, and this here chap's name is...
Prince Fawzi, Sahib. Greetings. And perhaps you would like me to autograph a ruby for you?
Yeah, well, you can say that again, yes. Oh, our dear old friend here, Diamond Jim Silver Gold, yes, made his fortune selling war surplus battleships.
But the war is not over.
Why wait till the last minute?
Excuse me, how about some drinks, chaps?
Well, it's bubbly time. Yeah. Here you are, honey.
He's only got $3 million, so they're making him work his way across. I'm surprised he doesn't have a lot more.
Yeah, you can say that again, bingy old doggy.
4,
tell you what we're going to do.
Hi-ho, everybody. Say, listen, why don't we choose up sides and play a few chuckers?
You'll be careful, you Claude.
Pierre, I want you to meet Claude, yes. Her full name is Claude Chumley Chatsworth.
Yeah.
The fourth.
Pleasure. Say, listen, haven't I seen you somewhere before? Didn't I ski over you at St. Moritz?
I don't think so, monsieur.
Monsieur Pierre is in real estate. He just sold me a very choice piece of waterfront property in Noumea.
Oh, why, heavens to Dunn and Bradstreet. Why, I've been looking for a little place like this to tether my polo ponies.
Well, you can't have this place. This place is sold. I bought it for $20,000.
Wait, 20,000? Well, down in Texas, they'd string you up for cheating a man like that.
Oh, yes. Why, I pay more than that for a good haircut. Say, listen, why don't we go down the saloon and talk this over, and I'll make you out a check for, $50,000.
$50,000?
You can't do it. I already bought it, and a deal is a deal.
But you have not paid me yet. You gave me just an IOU, see?
An IOU? Oh, worthless. Just worthless. Here, that takes care of your old IOU. Now, look, why don't we buzz off? So long, cheat. Oh, here, hold my polo mount, will you? Oh, second thought, I'll take it.
Yeah, this place is getting to be a drag.
Yes, we're doing Tahiti at 4 for cocktails.
You agree, Captain?
What a con artist.
Well, it was rather good, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you sure this is going to work?
Oh, positive. Once Chumley's check bounces, all you have to do is tell Pierre we were sunk at sea.
No, we are sunk. Look what's coming.
I had my Rogers.
In all my 32 years in the Navy, Binghamton, what are you running here, a PT base or a Section 8 ward? And that boat! You start talking, cowboy.
I already told him that, McHale.
Well, one of you better start explaining.
Oh, say, Bingy, old boob, I just brought the property and... permission to go on sick call, sir.
You're going on sick call. You're all going on sick call. Wait a minute. What is he doing on that boat? Grab him! Don't let that man get away.
Admiral, you know that man?
Know him? Fair Pierre. He tried to sell me some phony real estate in Honolulu.
Hey, how about that, Bingy? You weren't the only sucker.
Well, now, isn't that a darn shame, Captain? The Admiral spoiled our surprise.
Surprise? What surprise?
But you see, Admiral, it was all the captain's idea, yes. He knew that Pierre was in the area, and so all the get-up and the yachts and everything was all his idea, yes. And, well... It worked. We caught the swindler. That's it.
That's what he said, Admiral.
You mean you did all of this just to... Well, why didn't somebody say so in the first place?
Skip bandit at 1 o'clock.
Hey, Admiral, hit the sheller. Governor, take that prisoner. Come on, you typhoons. Let's get this shit duck out of here. Let's go. Let's get it line.
Somebody help me with this badminton net. Darn the badminton net. Full speed ahead.
Come on, you millionaires. Get that device to shoot.
Here, Skip, hold my mallet.
Yeah. Oh, what a war.
You and your poisonous little stunt. You almost cost me my commission.
Now, easy does it, Captain. You know, if you hadn't been so greedy, you'd have never gotten mixed up with this fair Pierre.
Captain Skipper, my inheritance just arrived.
Oh, was it a mistake? What do you got in your boy stocks? Wait a minute. Let me see them. Hey! Get that moth-eating vulture out of here.
Oh, it's not a vulture, sir. It's an owl. And I'm sure Annie would have wanted you to have it.
No, I know why. Achoo! I'm allergic to feathers. I'm going to kill this. Achoo!
Come on, Chuck. Come on.
Achoo!
Come on, Captain.
You too.
Oh, why is it me? Why is it always... What are you staring at?
Holy jumping torpedoes! A little routine supply run. Look what you guys did to the boat.
That was my fault, Skip. I was in charge. I take full blame.
He means full credit, sir. You see, we were attacked, and there were 50 nip planes coming at us from all directions. And Mr. Parker here, would you believe 30 nip planes? 10? How about an angry seagull?
My fault. I grabbed the wrong chart. We were 10 degrees off course on the way home.
10 degrees?
Don't be mad, Skip. So we ran into a coral reef. These things happen, you know.
I'm sorry, Skip. I just wasn't thinking. I can't seem to get my mind off of little Christina.
Yeah, the poor kid's gonna be 2 years old, and Christy's never seen her, Skip.
You'd think they'd let him go home for his daughter's birthday.
That rat Binghamton turning down his leave.
Yeah. All right. You guys know I already talked to him. Look at this boat, though.
Don't worry, Christy. Maybe that letter we sent to Com Fleet will do the trick.
Letter? What letter? You sent a letter to Com Fleet?
You mean you guys went over Lead Bottom's head?
I figure that's the only way we could get Christy back home to San Diego.
We did the best we could. We figured it would work out.
All right. Okay. We all know that Christy got a raw deal, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we better do something about this damage before Binghamton hears about it. Now, Chuck, you and I are going to sneak over to the main base and requisition some shoring plates. Come on. Right. Now, you guys hear this and hear it good. I don't want any more goofing up while Mr. Parker and I are away. You understand?
All right, men, you heard the Skip. Goofing lamp is out. Now, the key word is efficiency. And don't forget it.
Why are we going to say we're not goofing up? These things happen, boys.
Hey, Chuck, you didn't cast off!
Guys, I'm sorry for getting you in so much trouble.
You couldn't help it.
What a bum rap not being able to see your kid.
Hey, Grub, ahoy!
What's he doing here? He's Air Corps.
Hi, Marty, baby. He's a new member of my sales force. Starting a new souvenir airlift. Fellas, we're going worldwide.
Hey, that's not a bad
Okay, group, come on, let's go. Come on, my plane's pulling out. I've only got 10 minutes.
No sweat, you're dealing with an old established organization. Step in the office. Huh? Oh, have I got a hole for you here? I got 6 genuine samurai swords, 12 authentic Japanese imperial flags. Hey, you better be careful with them. The mercurochrome is still a little wet.
Okay, that's great. Hey, I better get going, huh? This is a stateside run. I don't want them taking off for San Diego without me.
Did you say San Diego?
Yeah. Well, group, I'll be back with the cash in 72 hours.
Listen, I live in San Diego. Get back there in time for my daughter's birthday.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing?
Look, you gotta take me with you. I gotta see my daughter.
Hey, that's a heck of an idea.
You can take him back to the States instead of the souvenirs.
You guys must be kidding.
Wait a minute, fellas. If Christy gets caught, he's AWOL.
We'll cover for him.
Yeah, I'll be back in 72 hours.
He's gotta see his kid.
Come on, how about it, Groob?
Well, okay. Count me in. What's money at a time like this? Hey, get his dress whites.
Have you guys flipped? I ain't taking any chances sneaking them stateside. You were going to take a chance on sneaking out these souvenirs. Yeah, for a profit.
Well, we'll pay for them.
Airmail rates, 5 cents an ounce.
It's a deal. Get a motor, run a double, come on.
Well, you're darn right I'm upset. I can't understand why you boys over there never mention my name in the Navy Chronicle.
I've told you this before, Binghamton. To get your name in the paper, you have to do something. Binghamton, I'm a busy man. Call me when something important happens.
You look here, Captain Burton. This war is not only fought at sea, you know. Hello?
Binghamton, sir, what do you hear? Who's on our base? Blackjack Cooper, sir.
I don't care if it's little Bo Peep. Why do you keep barging in here when I... Did you say Blackjack Cooper?
Yes, sir. The famous war hero, Colonel Cooper of Cooper's Commandos.
I know who he is, you ninny. You're a ninny. I've been supplying him with guns and ammunition for months. I ought to know. Hey, wait a minute. If I could get a picture of me shaking hands with him. You know, the man behind the gun?
Oh, yes, sir. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, sir, I'll bet that would make the boys of the Navy Chronicle sit up and take notice of you, sir. Oh, sir, maybe that's his Jeep coming now.
Oh, good. Get my camera. It's in my locker.
Yes, sir.
I'll go and meet him. And don't forget, get my right side, the side with the dimples.
Oh, boy, it's Captain Binghamton. Well, it's his fault. He was jaywalking.
All right, I'll look after him. Look, you get this Jeep out of here fast. If he ever sees this stuff we swipe, we're dead. Are you all right, Captain?
Oh, McHale, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank heavens I've got a witness. Did you see who those two maniacs were that whizzed by me in that Jeep?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I never saw him before in my life. A couple of strange faces, yes, sir.
Look out, here they come again. Hold it. All right, I've got you this time, you hit and run hot wire, you. Oh, take this out.
Yes, sir.
Now I want your name, your rank, and your serial number.
Take your hands off me and no.
You hit me. No, sir.
I did. Colonel Cooper.
Colonel Blackjack Cooper?
Shall I take that down, sir?
Yes, take that. You knew who he was all the time. Oh, terribly sorry about this, says Colonel. I'm the commanding officer of this base. I am Captain Binghamton.
Hold it. Oh, good, oh, sir, I got the side with the dimple.
Take a picture of me now, you nincompoop. They won't even know who I am looking like.
Binghamton! What the devil's going on here?
Excuse me, Colonel, but pardon me, Captain. I had to track down a couple of hit-and-run drivers. Excuse me, sir. Bye-bye.
Now, Colonel, if you'll just come in my office while I change my uniform, then we'll get some pictures of me welcoming you.
Sorry, Binghamton, no pictures. I'm here on a secret mission.
No pictures?
And I haven't got time for you to change your uniform. I'm here for a briefing on the navigation charts in this area.
Oh, well, then I'll be glad to help
I'm looking for Commander McHale. I understand he's an expert in these waters.
Oh, that's right, sir. He's one of the best, isn't he, Captain?
He doesn't know anything.
But the 73 boat has such a fine record.
Oh, a fine record. Well, that's because of his navigator. That's his quartermaster, Christopher. That poor boy, Colonel. He does all the work, and this McHale, he grabs the credit. He's a real grabber. Just grab.
Just a glory hound, huh?
Yes.
I can't stomach that kind of officer.
Oh, I can't. He's a terrible person. Just terrible. Now, if you'll come in my office, Colonel, I will send for Quartermaster Christopher. He'll really help you because he's very reliable. He's a top man. I taught him everything he knows.
Well, here comes the skipper. All right, now what do we do, guys? Do we tell him about Christie or don't we?
We better stall as long as we can. Yeah. What he don't know won't aggravate.
Are you guys waiting for an invitation? Come on, let's bear a hand with this stuff. Come on, boys, we got work to do. I'll get it. I just hope it isn't another mission. We have to go by canoe. Hello, McHale here. Oh, yes, sir, Captain Binghamton. Anything we can do for you, sir? You want to talk to Quartermaster Christopher? Just a moment, sir. I'll get him. Christy! Have you guys seen Christopher?
Christopher?
Yeah, Christopher.
Oh, he's up at the,
He's over at the... He's down the...
All right, you eight balls. Come on, now. What gives with the he's up at the he's over at the... What is this?
I know you won't believe this, Skip, but, well, Christie's on his way to San Diego.
San Diego?
You mean the back in the state, San Diego?
You see, Skip, he's stowed away on a bomber.
He just had to see little Christina.
He'll be back in 72 hours.
What?
Well, he's going to be back in 72 hours, so that would... veins on your neck are standing out.
Oh, the stupid stunts you meatballs have pulled it.
McHale, what is the delay? Where is Christopher?
Well, you see, sir, he's not feeling well. He can't come to the phone.
What's wrong with Christopher? Why can't he come to the phone? What is it? Why?
Yeah, well, you see, sir, he's, it's an old football injury. Yes. Christy has a knee that pops in and out, sir. And, well, I'll send him over just as soon as it pops back in again, sir.
Negative. We can't wait. Colonel Cooper is here. He wants to see him immediately for a navigation briefing.
You tell Christopher to stay where he is. I'll go over there.
But Captain, the Colonel can't... direct order. Yes, sir. I'll have Quartermaster Christopher standing by, sir. Yes, sir. Of all the barnacle brain bubbleheads! Do you realize what you've done? Do you realize if they catch him, he can be shot as a deserter?
Well, we gotta do something.
Hey, Skip, can't we cover for him?
How? This Marine colonel is coming over here to see him for a navigational briefing. Well, here we go again. None of you lame brains know anything about navigation. He's already seen me. That leaves only one of us.
Right. Fuji. Now, how do we disguise a Japanese prisoner to look like a navigator? We have to, Oh, no, wait a minute. I was it last time. Don't we ever draw straws?
Considering Quartermaster Christopher's bad knee, sir, I thought it might expedite matters if I showed you the charts myself.
Knock it off, McHale. I heard all about you from Binghamton. Wasn't for your navigator, you couldn't find a toy boat in a bathtub.
Binghamton said that?
McHale, I'm in a hurry. Get me Christopher, and I mean now.
Somebody call me?
I take it you're Quartermaster Christopher.
Yes, sir. Reporting as ordered.
You'll have to forgive me, sir. You see, it just tricked me. It throws them off balance, sir.
Yes, sir. Sometimes have to strap me right to the chart table.
I'm sorry about that knee, Christopher, but this is urgent. The success of our commando raid depends on your detail charts of the Barranco Straits. You know, the channel flow, depth soundings, thermometer readings, radar bearings.
All right. Now, let's get to the charts. Here's the chart. First of all, Colonel, you'll have to realize that the blue stands for ocean.
Will you quit the clowning, sailor? I'm on a tight schedule.
Well, why don't you start with the channel bearings?
Keep out of this, McHale.
Yeah, keep out of this. Why don't we start with the channel bearings? Do that. Now, first of all, here, let me find the compass. Here it is. Now, let's get a longitude bearing. Boy, longitudes are dangerous. Longitude. Let's see now. 38 degrees east. And latitude would be 48 minutes south. Give you an exact reading of 11:45.
What the devil are you talking about?
Oh, well, then, that's just his system, sir. Yes, sir, that's his system. You see, what he actually means is that the true channel bearing will be 090, and the tide variance is 2 fathoms, which would make a perfect time for your attack, sir, at midnight on the 16th.
Well, you keep out of this, McHale. I want Christopher's opinion.
Yeah. Actually, I couldn't agree with him more. Midnight is the best time. Of course, you got to realize it's dark. You have to take flashlights.
Flashlights? Sailor, are you out of your mind?
Yes, he is, sir. Yes, out of his mind with pain, sir. It's a knee. Hey, you see, it just popped out again, sir.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'll pop it back in.
No. I'm terribly sorry, sir. You see, but if you let me show you, sir.
You show me nothing, McHale. You men must be psycho. This is the most... Give me those charts. I'll figure them out for myself.
Oh, Colonel, my cane.
Sorry. Go ask the Navy for help.
Say, my knee does feel better.
Gotta get my name in this paper. I've just got to.
Oh, you're right, sir. The whole world should know of the wonderful job you're doing here, sir. Even though you are way behind the front lines.
Would you stop that behind your numbskull, you? Take a memo. Keep your fat little fingers busy. Captain Burton, Public Relations Officer, Navy Chronicle. Sir, I hope that you received my letter of the 24th, which included my biography entitled Portrait of a Hero.
I read it, sir. It was beautiful. I keep a copy under my pillow.
Good. Oh, under your pillow? You're a numbskull. You're a bigger numbskull than that Captain Burton. Oh, Captain Burton. It's a pleasant surprise seeing you. I hope you'll forgive me for what I did.
Forget it, Binghamton. This letter we received at Complete makes up for everything you've ever said or done.
Well, you got the letter? And you liked it?
It was just what we've been looking for. You can't imagine the excitement it caused among the brass. It's the perfect chance to prove the Navy has heart.
Hear that, Elmer?
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir.
When the Admiral got to the part about the baby's blue eyes, there wasn't a dry handkerchief in the room.
What blue eyes? I've got brown eyes. What baby? What?
Here are the orders from Admiral Rogers himself. These are the leave papers for the U.S. Navy's official Father of the Year.
Father of the Year? Oh, well, thank you, Captain. That, on behalf of my family and myself, Wait a minute, what father? I don't have any children.
Who's talking about you? The man I'm here to see is Quartermaster Christopher.
I thought for me. What quartermaster? What about my biography?
Never mind. I've got a fighter plane waiting for Christopher down at the Strip. Complete's holding up a bomber to fly him back to the States in time for his baby's birthday. The publicity will be sensational.
Publicity? Oh, you mean pictures, news stories, like in the Navy Chronicle?
The works, Binghamton. The orders are to play up the warm and human side of the war.
Warm and human. Yes, I can see. Well, what are we waiting for? It's my job as a CO to get down there and give that wonderful boy a royal send-off. You know, I am practically a second father to that lad.
Yes, well, I've got to get over to pick up Christopher now.
Yes, you do that. And I'll change into my dress whites, and I'll meet you at the airstrip. Got plenty of film in that camera, boy?
Well, there you go, Skip. It's as good as new. Yeah, now we've only got Christy to worry about.
Yeah, and that's going to be plenty. One more narrow squeak like we had with that Marine colonel, and we're all dead. Huh?
Hey, Skip, we got company.
Oh, no, now what? Come on, boys, stow this gear out of sight. Let's go.
Well, at least it isn't Binghamton.
Yeah, but it's still brass. Welcome aboard, sir. I'm McHale's, skipper of the 73.
I'm Captain Burton, Public Relations.
Public relations. Oh, how about that? Well, is there anything we can do for you, sir?
Yes, I'm here to see Quartermaster Christopher.
Oh, well, that's no problem at all, sir. Did you say you've Quartermaster Christopher?
That's right. We're sending him back to the States.
The
States? But he's already
you mean today, now?
I mean immediately. Gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that your buddy Christopher has just been named the Navy's official Father of the Year.
Father of the Year.
By the way, McHale, where is the lucky quartermaster?
Well, he's a
Quartermaster? Somebody call for quartermaster? Quartermaster Christopher reporting, sir. You name it, I'll navigate it.
Oh, Christy, yes. Well, this has nothing to do with navigation.
Congratulations, Christopher. You've just been voted Father of the Year.
I'll have.
Hey, how about that, you guys? Father of the Year. I'm not even married. Oh, that's right, I am married.
Yeah.
You know, I've been overseas so long, I forget about those things.
Yeah, well, he's a little surprised, you know, sir.
Yeah, boy, Shirley's really going to be surprised.
Shirley, I thought your wife's name was Ruth. Ruth?
Ruth? Of course it's Ruth.
Sure.
No wonder I haven't been getting any answers to my letters. I keep writing to Shirley.
You'll have to forgive him, sir. You see, he's been in so much combat. Fatigue, sir.
Well, he'll have plenty of time to rest up. My boy, you're going home to see that lovely wife of yours and your adorable little daughter. Come on, son. The plane's waiting at the airstrip.
Sir, he can't go. He can't.
Why not?
Well, why not?
It's his mother-in-law, sir.
That's it. They don't get along.
She lives with him. He can't stand her.
Stay, puts ketchup on everything.
He makes him sleep on the couch. Yeah.
Yeah, and the couch is outside. That's the worst.
Hold it. What the devil's going on here? But orders are orders. Cast off, sailor.
But
Skip, what'll I do?
have a nice trip. And kiss the baby for us. Now, you gotta admit, this is the most fouled-up deal of all time.
Little Christina gonna be confused. With two daddies.
Never mind her. What about Leadbottom?
Yeah, when he takes a glimmer of those pictures of Mr. Parker as Father of the Year, we're dead.
Go help out your fellow man. Go be a humanitarian.
Oh, knock it off, Dr. Schweitzer. We better put our heads together and come up with something soon, or we're all gonna be dead.
Hey, Skip, look!
Oh, no, I'm seeing things. Christy! Christy, what in the place are you doing back here?
You're supposed to be halfway to San Diego.
What happened?
I never left. The mail sacks got bumped off the plane to make room for some big-wig admiral.
Bum rat.
Oh, the lousy break.
Well, now I'll never get to see my daughter.
Well, at least Mr. Park will be at the party.
What are you talking about?
Al must be slipping. Hey, what are we standing around here for? Come on, let's go down to the airstrip. Come on, you eight balls, let's go.
Smile. That's an order. Okay, Lieutenant, let's get him aboard. Christopher, get in that cockpit.
But, sir, you don't understand. I don't want to go home. I was just home 2 years ago.
There they are. Yeah, they're almost ready to take off. Shh. All right, now listen, Christy. As soon as I see a chance, we'll move in and we'll make the switch.
Okay, Chief, we've got enough pictures. Lieutenant, you better go get your flight clearance.
But look, sir, you gotta listen to me. I don't fly, but I even get airsick in a jungle gym.
No.
Christopher, in all my 15 years in the Navy, I've never met anyone
Captain.
like...
Hey, Captain. Sir, do you mind very much if we say goodbye to our old shipmate before he takes off?
Oh, McHale, say that's a great idea. Maybe we'll get a good picture out of this yet.
Yes, sir.
I'll go get my photographer.
Let me help you down, sir.
Well, I'm glad to see you, Skip.
Bye-bye, Christy. Bye.
Christy, come on.
Christy, what are you doing here?
Never mind that now. Come on. Get up out of there. Let Christy in.
Stop! I want my picture taken with Christy!
Down out of sight. Quick.
Oh, boy, now what I do?
Chuck, get out of there! Chuck! Wait, stop it and take my picture! Wait a minute!
Hey, stop! Hold it! Oh, that's an order. I want to get out of here. Get out! Hey! Stop! Hold! That's an order. Oh, boy, I wish my mother were here. Now, why do I wish a thing like that? She can't fly either.
Come back here! I told you not to go till I changed my uniform. Why would Christopher take off and... Christopher! Oh, thank heavens, boy. I thought you were going... Christopher!
But yes, sir. You see, sir...
Well, if Christopher's down here, then who is that up there in that plane?
Who authorized Christopher to take off in that plane?
That's not Christopher up there. That's Christopher right here.
Are you out of your mind, Binghamton? I ought to know what Christopher looks like. I just made him Father of the Year.
Oh, no! Come on, boys. We got it. Hit the deck. He's coming at it.
Oh, boy, look at all these buttons. Oh, I wonder which one backs this thing up. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mo. Well, that eliminates Mo. Narrows it down to eeny, meeny, or miny.
McHale, that's one of your pirates that trying to murder me. Admit it.
Oh, no. You got it all wrong. Honest, sir.
Who's missing here? Somebody's missing. Parker's missing. I knew it.
What in the name of Halsey's going on here?
All right, Parker, I don't you. You come back here.
He must have heard you, sir. Here he comes.
Oh, no, not again.
Help, how do you land this thing? Maybe this is the down button. Oh, boy, now what I do?
Parker, you're under arrest. You come back here.
I gotta get out of here before I kill somebody. See, now, what are you supposed to yell out? Hiawatha? Sitting Bull? Geronimo!
Pull the rip cord. Pull!
Hey, he made it. Attaboy, Chuck. Attaboy, right into the brig. He's a murderer.
Will somebody tell me what's going on?
Well, at least I won't be late for the firing squad.
Damn. This is my finest hour. I've got enough on you and your mutineers to have them shot.
But, sir...
Nobody's going to be shot, Binghamton. The Navy brass is expecting the Father of the Year in San Diego, and we're going to deliver him. Let's go, Christopher. We've called in another plane.
But, Captain, these men...
Binghamton, if one word of anything that happened here leaks out, I'll have you transferred to the Sea Scouts. All right, Chief. Let's get the pictures over with.
All right, boys, gather around.
I should be up front. I'm the commanding officer.
All right, boys, everybody smile now. 1, 2, 3, cheese! Cheese!
Cheese, boy!
With the swamp like confetti, Binghamton stood in the middle of the money storm, grabbing at floating $100 bills. 1, 2, 3. See, Captain? McHale said, brushing a 20 off his shoulder. The money's all there, mostly. I'll get you for this, McHale. Binghamton screamed, even as he stuffed bills into his pockets. Why me? Why is it always me? As the sun set over the Pacific, the PT-73 headed back to Taratupa. They were broke, in trouble, and halfway to a court-martial. But as McHale looked at his crew, he knew one thing for certain. As long as old Lead Bottom was in charge, life would never be boring. Epilogue. Captain Binghamton eventually got his stripes back, mostly because nobody else wanted the job of commanding Taratupa. McHale and his pirates continued to run their tropical empire, and Sydney, the alligator, was reportedly seen wearing a very expensive pair of leather shoes. Though how he bought them, no one dared to ask. In the South Pacific, the war went on, but on one small island, the greatest battle was always the one fought between a captain's blood pressure and a commander's sense of humor. The Chronicles of Taratupa. Chapter 1. The Admiral and the Acid. The humidity on the island of Taratupa was thick enough to be sliced with a rusty bayonet, but for Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, affectionately known by his men as Old Lead Bottom, the atmosphere was heavy with something far worse than moisture. It was heavy with the impending arrival of Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty. Binghamton sat at his desk, his face a shade of purple that matched the local tropical flora. His stomach felt like a chemical plant undergoing a meltdown. Wow, 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 he muttered, staring at a supply manifest. Garter belts. I am the commanding officer of a frontline naval base, and I am being interrogated about garter belts for the nurses. He glared at his sycophantic aide, Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter. My shoulders are carrying the entire weight of the Pacific Theater, and now I hear Rafferty is coming on a sneak inspection. He's a terror, sir, Carpenter added helpfully, which only made Binghamton's eye twitch. I know he's a terror. He's Iron Pants. He'll see the Sinks backing up in the Petty Officers Club. He'll see McHale's men lounging in hammocks. He'll see me. Binghamton popped another. Indigestion, peel. My stomach acid could start a car, Elroy. If I were sick, genuinely, horribly, incapacitatedly sick, I wouldn't have to face him. I could appoint an acting base commander to take the heat. A slow, devious smile spread across the captain's face. It was the smile of a man who had found a way to throw someone else under a very large, very armored bus. Not you, Carpenter. You're a boob. I need someone the Admiral will hate instantly. Someone who will run this base into the ground in 24 hours. You don't mean McHale, sir? Brilliant, Elroy. Absolutely brilliant. I'll play sick, appoint McHale, and let him and his cutthroats destroy themselves right in front of the Admiral. Quick, call the medic. I'm fading. I'm dying. Binghamton collapsed onto his sofa with the grace of a falling sack of potatoes. When Commander Quinton McHale arrived, he found the captain draped in a bathrobe, looking like a man who had just lost a fight with a giant squid. Oh, McHale, Binghamton moaned, his voice a frail whisper. I'm in bad shape. The medics. They don't know if I'll make it. I have to appoint an acting base commander, and since Carpenter here is, well, a boob, I'm appointing you, McHale. A man whose charm was as legendary as his ability to find illegal moonshine looked skeptical. Me, Captain? I'm a saltwater skipper. I'm no good behind a desk. I insist, Binghamton wheezed. And to help you, I'm appointing Ensign Parker as your acting executive officer. Parker, a man who could trip over a flat surface, beamed. Oh boy, did you hear that, Skipper? Acting exec. You won't regret this, Captain. Binghamton watched them leave, a gleam of triumph in his eye. He's right, Elroy. I won't regret it, but they certainly will. Chapter 2. The Sultan's Gilded Gaze. While McHale tried to manage the chaotic base, which now involved Ensign Parker accidentally ordering 500 slingshots instead of garter belts, a new crisis emerged. The Sultan of Marami was arriving. Along with his 3 daughters, the princesses, Binghamton recovered just enough to realize that hosting royalty might get him a commendation. Attempted to take the reins back, but the Admiral had already seen McHale's efficiency. The Sultan, a man of immense dignity and an even larger temper, arrived on the PT-73 after his own plane suffered engine trouble. "Greetings, O exalted ruler," Binghamton proclaimed, bowing so low his medals clinked against the dock. The Sultan ignored him, looking instead at McHale. "This commander, he is a man of action. He allowed me to steer his vessel. It was most amusing." McHale grinned. "The Sultan has a natural hand for the wheel, Captain. Though we did nearly hit a coral reef, a Japanese patrol boat, and a very confused whale." The tension rose when the Sultan revealed his priceless cargo, the princesses. The crew of the 73, a group of men who hadn't seen a woman in months, stared with wide eyes. Gruber, the crew's resident hustler, whispered, "Wowie, wow, wow, like a chicken," the Sultan barked, his hand going to the hilt of his jeweled sword. "The next man, who debases the dignity of the princesses, will answer to me." Binghamton saw an opportunity. "McHale, take your riffraff on a recon mission to Aku Aku. I will handle the royal dinner." But McHale's crew wasn't about to be sidelined. While Binghamton was busy trying to impress the Sultan with a dinner of canned spam disguised as cordon bleu, the crew had other plans. Gruber had managed to set up a date with Princess Siri, convinced that his Brooklyn charm was a universal language. The disaster culminated at the royal dinner. Binghamton, suspicious of everything, convinced himself that one of the princesses was actually a member of McHale's crew in disguise, specifically Ensign Parker. "I've got you," Binghamton yelled, lunging across the table and grabbing a veil. "You phony Balinese bunny. You're under arrest, Parker." The veil came away to reveal the very real, very angry Princess Siri. The Sultan stood, his face a mask of fury. "Captain, your unpardonable behavior will be reported to the State Department. I will raid your Washington, you stupid infidel." As the Sultan stormed out, Binghamton stood holding a silk veil, staring at the Admiral. "Why me?" he whimpered. "Why is it always me?" Chapter 3. The Laughing Gas Gambit. A week later, the feud reached a boiling point. Ensign Parker, in a moment of typical clumsiness, had managed to run over Captain Binghamton with a jeep. While the captain was unharmed, aside from his dignity, he saw his chance. "A fitness board!" Binghamton screamed from his hospital bed. "I'm convening a fitness board. I'll break Parker down to seamen. Second class so fast it'll make his head spin." The crew of the 73 panicked. Parker was their bumbling heart. They couldn't let old Leadbottom railroad him. "We need to jolly him up," McHale suggested. "Get him in a mood where he'll forgive anything." Even an undertaker couldn't put a smile on that face. "Skip." "Happy," the cook grumbled. But McHale had seen the dentist's office, specifically a tank of nitrous oxide laughing gas. The plan was simple. Spray the gas into Binghamton's office during the hearing. The execution, however, was pure taratupa. "Captain, we brought you a gift," McHale announced, entering the office with a large bouquet of goldenrod, which Binghamton was allergic to, and a cleaning crew, the rest of the 73 crew carrying a tank of gas. "What are you cutthroats doing?" Binghamton barked. "Landscaping, spraying the shrubs." "Frangipani flies, sir," McHale shouted. "Invading the island. Breathe deeply, Captain. Protect your lungs." The pesticide hissed. A moment later, Binghamton's scowl began to soften. His eyes glazed over. A giggle, a high-pitched, terrifying giggle escaped his lips. "Chucky Wacky," Binghamton squealed, pointing at Ensign Parker. "You torpedoed a garbage scow. That's a riot." The potato peels. They could have fooled anybody. Admiral Shoemaker, arriving to oversee the fitness board, walked into a scene of absolute madness. He found Captain Binghamton dancing on a table with a nurse, singing the old rugged cross while McHale's crew cheered. "Binghamton, what in the name of the Great White Fleet is going on here?" The Admiral roared. "Oh, hello, Shoei." Binghamton giggled, trying to pin a medal on the Admiral's nose. "Parker is magnificent. A brave lad. He stands in the face of death and laughs. Literally, Parker, caught in the middle of a Japanese air raid that happened at that exact moment, stood frozen in the open, accidentally shooting down an enemy bomber while trying to unstick a machine gun. The Admiral was impressed. A hero. Anyone who stands laughing in the face of death like that was born to be an officer. Dismissed the charges. As the gas wore off, Binghamton found himself alone in his office, his head throbbing, staring at a signed commendation for Parker. Chapter 4. The Ghost of PT-13. The peace didn't last. Binghamton had managed to trick the crew into signing transfer papers that would send them to the most dangerous sector of the Pacific. He kept the papers locked in his safe, gloating over his victory. They're gone, Elroy. Tomorrow, they ship out. McHale knew they had to get those papers back, and he knew Binghamton's one weakness. He was incredibly superstitious. We make him think the 73 is jinxed, McHale told the men. Actually, we'll go one better. We'll make him think we're the ghosts of a lost crew. That night, the base was haunted. Strange noises echoed from the docks. The lights in Binghamton's shack flickered. A voice, hollow and eerie, drifted through his window. Va, Ali. Binghamton sat up in bed, his hair standing on end. Elroy, is that you? We've come for the transfers, Captain. The door creaked open. There, standing in the moonlight, were figures draped in white, glowing with an otherworldly light, mostly thanks to some stolen phosphorus paint. We are the ghosts of PT-13. The figure of McHale boomed. We need the papers for our records. They run a tight cloud up there, Wally. Binghamton was beyond terror. He scrambled to his safe, threw the papers at the ghosts, and dived under his bed. Take them. Take anything. Just go back to the big PT boat in the sky. The next morning, Binghamton tried to explain the visitation to a visiting Commodore. Ghosts? Binghamton? The Commodore asked, looking concerned. Phosphorus ghosts asking for naval transfers? They were there. They were glowing. At that moment, McHale and his crew walked by, looking very much alive and holding their original assignments. Morning, Captain, McHale chirped. Hear you had some trouble with the wiring last night. Imagining things again? Binghamton looked at the Commodore, then at McHale, then at the empty safe. He let out a long, low wail. Why me? Chapter 5. The Romance of Commander Snookums. While the wars of rank continued, Gruber, the ultimate romantic, found himself in a bind. His girlfriend, Ginger, a showgirl from Brooklyn, had joined a USO tour and was arriving on Taratupa. The problem? Gruber had written to her, claiming he was a lieutenant commander. If she sees me as a lowly swabby, I'm dead, Gruber cried. I'll be living at the Y until I'm 60. McHale, ever the softy for a scam, agreed to help. For 1 hour, Gruber would be the commander of PT-73, and McHale would be his ensign. The charade was elaborate. Gruber donned McHale's best uniform, complete with extra medals. When Ginger arrived, she was greeted with a full honor guard, the crew of the 73, trying not to laugh. Lester! Commander! Ginger squealed, throwing her arms around him. As you were men! Gruber barked, his voice cracking slightly. Straighten up that line. Chest out, Parker. Parker, but fate, in the form of Commodore Norcross, intervened. The Commodore arrived, unannounced, to inspect the legendary McHale. Commander McHale? The Commodore asked, looking at Gruber. Yes, of course, Gruber stammered. And this is my lowly ensign, McHale. He's a bit battle-weary. Imagines he's the skipper sometimes. McHale, playing along with gritted teeth, nodded. The situation spiraled when a Japanese submarine surfaced nearby. The Commodore insisted on seeing Commander Gruber in action. Take command, Commander, the Commodore shouted. Gruber stood at the wheel, looking like a deer in headlights. Fire one, fire two, fire all the ones. By a stroke of pure, unadulterated luck, the torpedoes aimed wildly struck the submarine's conning tower. It was a brilliant victory. Sen, Keyema, Kimosara, smashing, the Commodore cheered. Simply smashing. Thank heavens, Someone on this boat knows what they're doing. Binghamton arrived just in time to see the Commodore congratulating Gruber. "This is not McHale," Binghamton screamed. "This is Gruber. He's a pirate, a thief, a swabby." "Captain Binghamton," the Commodore sighed. "Are you well?" "First ghosts, now you're claiming your best commander is a swabby named Gruber? These Americans are as nutty as a barge load of fruitcakes." As the Commodore walked away, Ginger kissed Gruber. "Oh, Lester, you're my hero, even if you are a liar." Chapter 6. The New Caledonia Payroll. The final straw for Binghamton was the base payroll. "I'm sending McHale to New Caledonia to pick it up," Binghamton told Carpenter, "and I'm going to make sure they lose it. Then, I've got them for grand larceny." The crew of the 73 picked up the money, but on the way back to the boat, Ensign Parker managed to get himself knocked out by a mysterious figure in a gray suit. When he woke up, the money was gone. "The payroll," Parker wailed. "It's gone. All I remember is a girl's ankle with a heart-shaped birthmark." "A birthmark?" McHale asked. "That's our only clue?" The crew scoured the bars of New Caledonia, looking at ankles. It was a search that resulted in several black eyes and one very angry bartender. Meanwhile, Binghamton had arrived in New Caledonia to catch them in the act. He found the crew wandering the streets, looking at feet. "I've got you," Binghamton shouted. "Where's the money, McHale?" "We were robbed, Captain, by a guy in a gray suit and a girl with a hard birthmark." "A likely story. You're all under arrest." Just as Binghamton was about to haul them to the brig, a Japanese air raid struck. The crew dived for cover near an old ornamental cannon in the town square. "We've got to shoot back," Parker cried, grabbing a torch. "That cannon doesn't work, Parker," McHale yelled. "Yes, it does. All you do is light the fuse." Parker lit the fuse. The cannon roared not with a shell, but with a rain of green paper. $62,000 showered down upon them like confetti. The thieves had stashed the payroll in the old cannon, thinking it was a safe hiding spot. Binghamton stood in the middle of the square, covered in $100 bills. He looked at the money, then at McHale, then at the sky. 42,365. He began to count, his voice breaking. 42,366. I wasn't worried for a second. "Captain," McHale grinned, picking a $20 bill off the captain's hat. "I knew it was in there all the time." Binghamton let out one final, soul-crushing sob that echoed across the Pacific. "Why me? Oh, why is it always me?" And as the PT-73 roared back toward Taratupa, the crew raised a toast to the Sultan, to the ghosts, to the alligator Sydney, who had once eaten the captain's wallet, and most of all, to the fact that on Taratupa, the only thing more certain than the heat was the chaos. The end. The Pirates of Taratupa. The unending misadventures of McHale's Navy. Chapter 1. The Garter Belt Apocalypse. The South Pacific was a place of turquoise waters, swaying palms, and a humidity that could turn a crisp naval uniform into a soggy dishcloth in under 3 minutes. On the island of Taratupa, however, the primary climate was not tropical, it was hysterical. Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, known affectionately, and only behind his back, as Old Lead Bottom. His face was the color of a ripe beet, and his blood pressure was currently high enough to power a small destroyer. "Wow! Wow! Wow! Wow!" Binghamton screamed, his voice reaching a pitch that made the local seagulls nervous. "Garter belts, Carpenter, you are the supply officer here. If the nurses need garter belts, then you snap to it. You shake a leg. You know what I mean." Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, a man whose primary skill was being a sycophant with the spine of a jellyfish, trembled. "Sir, don't sir me." Binghamton cut him off, slamming his hand onto a stack of paperwork. "Everything is on my shoulders. And now, I get a message from a pal at Comfleet, Admiral Rafferty Iron Pants. Rafferty is arriving today on a sneak inspection. Do you realize what a mess this place is in? The Petty Officers Club has backed up sinks, the nurses are protesting for lingerie, and somewhere out there, Commander McHale is probably distilling moonshine out of coconut husks." The telephone rang. Binghamton snatched it up. Hello. Yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect to find in my office? Tokyo Rose? The sinks are backing up? I'm the commanding officer, not a plumber. Fix it. He slammed the phone down and turned back to Carpenter. My stomach acid could start a car, Elroy. If I could just get sick. Really sick. Then someone else would have to face the Admiral. Wait a minute. A slow, devious grin spread across Binghamton's face. It was the look of a man who had just found a loophole in the fabric of the universe. If I were incapacitated, I could appoint an acting base commander, and who better to take the fall for this disaster than that pirate, McHale? With his cutthroats in charge, they'll run wild and destroy themselves right in front of the Admiral. Sir, that's absolutely brilliant, Carpenter chirped. Binghamton collapsed into a chair, suddenly moaning. I do look sick, don't I? Terribly sick. Call the medic. Hurry. Tell them Captain Binghamton is not well. On the double. As Carpenter ran out screaming for help, Binghamton allowed himself a moment of pure, malicious joy. He was going to watch Quinton McHale burn, and he was going to do it from the comfort of a hospital bed with a do not disturb sign. Chapter 2. The acting commander. Commander Quinton McHale was a man who treated the U.S. Navy more like a social club with occasional gunfire. His crew on PT-73 was a collection of scroungers, gamblers, and mechanical geniuses who could fix a torpedo with a piece of chewing gum and a prayer. When McHale was summoned to the base hospital, he found Binghamton looking remarkably healthy for a dying man, despite the theatrical moans. Oh, McHale, I'm in bad shape, Binghamton wheezed. The medics, they don't know what it is. I have to appoint an acting base commander. McHale leaned back, sensing a trap. Carpenter? No, Binghamton spat. He's a boob. I'm appointing you, McHale. And to help you, I'm making Ensign Parker your acting executive officer. Ensign Charles Parker, a man who once managed to accidentally torpedo a garbage scow because he thought it was a camouflage submarine, nearly fainted with pride. Oh, boy. Did you hear that, Skipper? Acting executive officer. You won't regret this, Captain. Binghamton smiled thin-lipped. I know. Now, get to my office. That's an order. Within an hour, the administration of Taratupa had devolved into a surrealist comedy. Parker sat at Binghamton's desk, drowning in a sea of telephones. Executive Officer Parker here. Send them to the nurses' quarters immediately. Meanwhile, the crew of the 73, led by the irrepressible Gruber, saw the captain's absence as a divine mandate to throw the wingding of the century. Skip said, full speed ahead, right? Gruber asked, winking at the men. That means the gambling tent is open, the hula girls are invited, and we're raking in a pile of dough. While McHale was busy tracking a supposed nip sub on the radar, which turned out to be a very confused whale, the base transformed into a Roman orgy. Hula girls danced, sailors gambled, and the smell of roasting pig wafted over the command center. It was exactly at this moment that a jeep roared onto the base. Out stepped Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty. Chapter 3. The Hula Girl Bomb Shelter. Admiral Rafferty did not look like a man who enjoyed a good wingding. He looked like he ate iron filings for breakfast and washed them down with vinegar. Where is Captain Binghamton? Rafferty barked. McHale, sweating profusely, snapped to attention. In the hospital, sir. Acting Base Commander McHale at your service. And this is, my executive officer, Ensign Parker. Parker saluted so hard he nearly knocked his own cap off. He was wearing a fleur-de-lis he'd forgotten to take off. Welcome ashore, sir. Piranha. Welcome. Why is that man wearing flowers? Rafferty asked, his voice low and dangerous. Old native custom, sir. McHale lied effortlessly. Part of our hearts and minds program. Binghamton, hearing of the Admiral's arrival, had miraculously recovered and sneaked out of the hospital in a seaman's uniform to witness the carnage. He bumped into Carpenter behind the laundry shack. Look at them, Elroy. It's a disgrace. Binghamton whispered gleefully. The Admiral is heading for the air raid shelter. I happen to know McHale hid the hula girls in there. When Rafferty opens that door, McHale is finished. Caput. Finito. They crept toward the shelter, but McHale was one step ahead. He had signaled the crew to move the girls to the laundry shack. Binghamton burst into the Admiral's presence. "Admiral, you have to see the air raid shelter. It's filled with hula girls. Disgraceful, disgusting." "I saw them with my own eyes." Rafferty sighed. "Binghamton, you are in a seaman's uniform. You look like you've been rolling in the mud, and you're screaming about girls in shelters." McHale just showed me the shelter. It's filled with emergency medical supplies. But, Binghamton stammered. "He's delirious, sir," McHale added helpfully. "Battle fatigue. He thinks he sees girls everywhere." Suddenly, a group of hula girls ran out of the laundry shack, pursued by a confused Ensign Parker holding a pair of garter belts. "There. See!" Binghamton screamed. Rafferty turned, but the girls had vanished into the jungle. All he saw was Parker tripping over a bucket. "Binghamton," the Admiral said, "go back to bed. And McHale? Good work on the, Hearts and Minds program. Carry on." Chapter 4. The Sultan and the Three Princesses. A few weeks later, the chaos reached a royal level. The Sultan of Marami was being evacuated from his island due to the threat of a Japanese advance. He was arriving with his 3 daughters, the princesses, and a priceless cargo. Binghamton, desperate to regain favor with Confleet, was determined to make a 100% perfect impression. He sent McHale on a recon mission to the deserted strip of Aku Aku just to get him out of the way. However, the Admiral redirected McHale to pick up the Sultan instead. When the PT-73 arrived at the pickup point, the crew was greeted by a majestic man in silken robes. "Greetings, Your Highness," McHale said, bowing. "I am Commander McHale." "Wowie, wow, wow, wow," Gruber whispered as the 3 princesses stepped onto the boat. They were breathtaking. The Sultan frowned. "What was that?" "A ceremonial greeting in our country, sir," McHale corrected. "It means, welcome, O great ruler." The voyage back was a nightmare of etiquette. The Sultan insisted on steering the boat, nearly ramming a coral reef, while the princesses took a liking to the crew's moonshine. By the time they reached Taratupa, the Sultan was convinced McHale was the greatest officer in the Navy, much to Binghamton's fury. At a formal dinner hosted by Binghamton, the Sultan requested his daughters dance for the officers. However, one of the princesses had sneakily gone for a boat ride with the smitten Ensign Virgil. Desperate to cover the absence, McHale dressed Ensign Parker in a veil and a silk robe. "My daughters will now perform the Dance of the 7 Veils," the Sultan announced. The 2 real princesses danced gracefully. Then, Parker, the 3rd princess, stumbled out. He was doing a mix of a hula and a seizure. Binghamton narrowed his eyes. "That princess has very hairy legs, Elroy." "High-altitude mountain jeans, sir?" Carpenter suggested. Binghamton couldn't take it. He lunged forward and ripped the veil off. "It's Parker! I knew it! You phony Balinese bunny!" The Sultan stood up, outraged. "You dare touch a royal princess? You dare insult my family?" "It's an ensign, sir," Binghamton screamed. The Sultan looked at Parker, then at Binghamton. "This man is a lunatic. Commander McHale, I demand this captain be removed. He is a stupid infidel." Once again, McHale emerged smelling like roses, while Binghamton was left holding a silk veil and a one-way ticket to a psychiatric evaluation. Chapter 5. The Case of the Laughing Gas. The pressure on Ensign Parker was mounting. A fitness board was convening to decide if he was fit to remain an officer. Binghamton, having been run over by Parker in a jeep, an accident involving a neutral gear that wasn't, was the primary witness. "I'm gonna break him down to seaman 2nd class, so fast his head will spin," Binghamton cackled. The crew of the 73 had to act. They knew Binghamton was allergic to goldenrod, but that wasn't enough. They needed a miracle. They needed nitrous oxide. "Laughing gas, Skip," Gruber explained. "If we can get the captain in a happy mood, he'll cancel the hearing." They rigged a tank of laughing gas, 'to' to the ventilation system of Binghamton's office. As the fitness board, led by Admiral Shoemaker, arrived, the gas began to hiss. Binghamton, who had been screaming at Parker, suddenly stopped. A wide, terrifying grin spread across his face. You know, Parker, Chucky Wucky, that Jeep thing? It was a riot. A real nislaper. Admiral Shoemaker stared. Captain Binghamton, are you well? I've never been better. Showy. You want to hear a joke? A captain, an admiral, and an alligator walk into a bar. Binghamton began to howl with laughter. He grabbed a nurse and started dancing on his desk. Leave it up. That's an order. McHale tried to play it cool. He's just, celebrating the success of the base laundry. Sir, however, the gas wore off just as an air raid siren sounded. A lone Japanese plane was spotted. Parker, still in a daze, stumbled out to a machine gun mount and, while laughing hysterically from the residual gas, managed to shoot the plane down with a single-handed burst. Admiral Shoemaker was floored. Magnificent. The man stands laughing in the face of death. He's a combat hero. Binghamton, now sober and horrified, tried to protest. But he's a boob. He's a nitwit. Silence, Binghamton. Shoemaker snapped. Parker is a credit to the Navy. Case dismissed. Chapter 6. The Ghost of PT-13. Binghamton's latest scheme involved a jinxed boat. He found a report that PT-73 was originally commissioned as PT-13, a boat that had supposedly lost 2 crews to mysterious accidents. I'll scare them into transferring, Binghamton told Carpenter. But McHale's crew didn't scare easily, they got even. They decided to turn the 73 into a ghost ship, using phosphorescent paint, hidden speakers playing eerie moans, and a fuel valve that self-adjusted. They drove Binghamton to the brink. One night, Binghamton snuck onto the boat to plant more evidence of the jinx. Suddenly, the engines started by themselves. Wally Binghamton. A voice moaned from the fog. Who's there? Binghamton shrieked. It is we, the ghosts of PT-13. McHale's voice, distorted through a megaphone, echoed. We've come for you, Wally. We need a new captain for our eternal patrol. Binghamton fell to his knees. No! Take McHale! Take Carpenter! He's younger! Suddenly, ghosts in white sheets, the crew, began to float around the deck. Ensign Parker, suspended by a wire, flew over the captain's head. The transfers, Wally. The ghost of Parker moaned. Sign the papers to keep us at Taratupa, or come with us to the great PT boat in the sky. Binghamton scrambled to his desk, signed every paper McHale put in front of him, and ran screaming into the night. The next morning, when he tried to claim he'd seen ghosts, McHale simply pointed to the sober, perfectly normal boat. Ghosts, sir. In the Navy? You really should see a doctor about those hallucinations, Captain. Chapter 7. The $62,000 heist. The climax of the Taratupa Chronicles occurred during a trip to New Caledonia. Binghamton had entrusted Parker with the base payroll $62,000 in small, unmarked bills. It was a setup. Binghamton hoped the crew would steal it so he could finally court-martial them for grand larceny. But tragedy struck. Parker was robbed by a mysterious figure in a gray suit near a gambling casino. I saw an ankle. Skip! Parker cried. A girl's ankle with a little brown heart birthmark. The crew went on a frantic hunt through the streets of New Caledonia. They checked every cafe, every nightclub, and every table with a long tablecloth. I'm looking for stolen property, Gruber would shout, diving under tables to check women's ankles. Eventually, they spotted the thief, a French gangster who had stashed the money inside an old, decorative cannon in the town square. Binghamton and the local police arrived just as McHale and the crew reached the cannon. I've got you now, McHale, Binghamton shouted, waving his pistol. Produce the payroll or go to the brig. Sir, we don't have it, McHale insisted. Suddenly, a Japanese Zero, a straggler from a carrier raid, spotted the gathering and dived for a strafing run. The crew scrambled. Parker, in a moment of sheer panic and accidental brilliance, grabbed a torch and lit the fuse of the old cannon. Thinking it was a real weapon, boom, The cannon didn't fire a shell. It fired the $62,000. A literal rain of money fell from the sky. 20s, 50s, and hundreds fluttered down like green snow. Manna from heaven, Gruber yelled, catching bills in his hat. Binghamton stood frozen as $100 bill slapped onto his forehead. 42,365. The paymaster began to count as the crew gathered the money. I wasn't worried for a second, sir, McHale's said, handing Binghamton a stack of cash. Just a strategic storage plan. Keeps the money dry. Binghamton looked at the money, then at McHale, then at the smoking cannon. He slumped against a palm tree. Why me? He whispered to the heavens. Why is it always me? McHale patted him on the shoulder. Because, Captain, the Navy wouldn't be nearly as much fun without you. And as the PT-73 headed back toward Taratupa, the sun setting over the Pacific, the crew began to sing. They were pirates. Yes, they were scroungers, definitely. But they were the only thing keeping the war and Captain Binghamton from being entirely too serious. The end. The Chronicles of Taratupa. The Unsinkable PT-73. Chapter 1. The Garter Belt Crisis and the Coming Storm. The sun over Taratupa did not merely shine. It interrogated. It beat down on the corrugated metal roofs of the naval base with a relentless, sweltering intensity that made the local lizards consider moving to the Sahara for a bit of a breeze. In the center of this tropical pressure cooker sat Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, known to his subordinates as Old Lead Bottom, and he was currently having a mental breakdown over female hosiery. Wow, 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 wow. Binghamton barked, his voice cracking like dry bamboo. He glared at Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, his faithful, if somewhat dim-witted, aide. Garter belts, Carpenter. You are the supply officer here. If the nurses need garter belts, you snap to it. Shake a leg. Oh, you know what I mean. Carpenter stood at a stiff, awkward attention, looking like a man who had accidentally swallowed a coat hanger. Sir, I'm doing my best, but the logistics of intimate apparel in a combat zone are... I don't care about logistics, Binghamton screamed. He clutched his stomach, his ulcer, performing a rhythmic tap dance. Everything is on my shoulders. And now, the final nail in my coffin. I just got word that Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty is arriving today for a sneak inspection. The name Rafferty hung in the air like a poisoned cloud. Rafferty was a man who considered a loose button to be a court-martial offense and a smile to be a sign of mutiny. Do you realize what a mess this place is? Binghamton gestured wildly at the window, where the tropical paradise of Taratupa looked suspiciously like a beach resort run by pirates. Just then, the phone rang. Binghamton lunged for it. Hello? Yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect? Tokyo Rose? His face turned a shade of purple usually reserved for overripe eggplants. The sinks in the Petty Officers Club are backing up? So what? I'm the commanding officer, not a plumber. Get out of my office. He slammed the phone down and turned to Carpenter, his eyes gleaming with a desperate, manic light. Carpenter, my stomach acid could start a car. If I'm sick, really sick, I can't be held responsible for the inspection, can I? I could appoint an acting base commander. Carpenter's eyes widened. Sir, are you suggesting? Exactly, Binghamton hissed. Not you, Carpenter. You're a boob. I'm talking about McHale. I'll put Quinton McHale and his gang of cutthroats in charge. They'll run wild, turn the base into a circus, and destroy themselves right in front of the Admiral. It's brilliant. I look sick, don't I? Terribly sick, sir, Carpenter agreed enthusiastically. I'll call the medic. Captain, you're a genius. Chapter 2. The Acting Commander and the Hula Trap. While Binghamton was busy practicing his deathbed moan, the crew of PT-73 was engaged in their usual primary duty, avoiding work. Lieutenant Commander Quinton McHale, a man whose relaxed attitude toward naval regulations was legendary, was summoned to the infirmary. Oh, McHale. Binghamton groaned from under a pile of blankets, looking about as convincing as a high schooler faking a fever to skip a math test. I'm in bad shape. The doctors don't know what it is. I have to appoint an acting base commander. McHale sighed. knowing a trap when he smelled one. Well, sir, I'm sure Lieutenant Carpenter here can. No, Binghamton snapped, then quickly returned to a feeble whisper. Carpenter is a boob. I'm appointing you, McHale. And Parker here will be your executive officer, Ensign Charles Parker. A man whose middle name was Accident Waiting to Happen beamed. Acting executive officer. Oh boy, Skipper, did you hear that? You won't regret this, Captain. Binghamton closed his eyes, hiding a wicked smirk. Go to my office. Take command. This minute. Out. Out. McHale and Parker walked into the administrative heart of Taratupa, and within 10 minutes, the base was in a state of productive anarchy. The phone lines were jammed with requests for garter belts, plumbing repairs, and the location of the nearest poker game. Executive Officer Parker here, Parker shouted into the receiver. What? The CBs are building the air raid shelter in the middle of the rifle range? Well, tell them to keep their heads down. Meanwhile, the crew of the 73, Gruber, Tinka, Virgil, and the rest saw the change in management as a green light for the greatest wingding of the year. Within an hour, they had organized a full-scale luau, complete with hula girls, palm wine, and a grass-skirt dance competition. Is the skipper okay with this? Gruber asked, adjusting his lei. His exact words were, full speed ahead. Happy replied, interpreting McHale's general keep things moving order with creative liberty. But the festivities were cut short by the roar of an airplane engine. Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty had arrived. Oh, no, Parker whimpered, watching the Admiral's jeep roar toward the office. The Admiral, and we've got 40 hula girls in the air raid shelter and enough illegal booze to float a destroyer. McHale, thinking fast, began barking orders like a man possessed. Chuck, get those girls into the bomb shelter. Gruber, hide the gin. Parker, look official. When Rafferty stepped out of the jeep, he was met by McHale, who was standing at a rigid, vibrating attention. Welcome to Taratupa, sir, McHale shouted, acting base commander McHale at your service. Rafferty narrowed his eyes. Where is Binghamton? In the hospital, sir, McHale said solemnly. Delirious. He's seeing things, hallucinations. Hula girls, mostly. Patare, 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 patare. Mostly. Just then, Binghamton appeared, having sprinted from his deathbed in a seaman's uniform to catch McHale in the act. Admiral, don't listen to him. He's got women in the air raid shelter. He's turned the base into a brothel. Rafferty looked from the manic, sweating Binghamton to the calm, composed McHale. Captain, you're in your underwear and a sailor's cap. Get back to bed. McHale, show me the base laundry. Binghamton screamed in frustration as Macaulay led the Admiral away, having successfully framed the captain for his own trap. Chapter 3. The Sultan and the Wowie Wow Wow. No sooner had the Rafferty inspection ended in a disaster for Binghamton than a new crisis arrived. Diplomacy. Admiral Rogers just called. Binghamton fumed, his eyebrows finally growing back after a previous accident. We are to expect a visit from the Sultan of Mirani and his 3 daughters. They are fleeing a Japanese advance. We must make an impression. 100% order. Binghamton's plan was simple. Get McHale out of the way. He ordered PT-73 on a reconnaissance mission to a deserted strip of sand called Aku Aku. However, fate and the Japanese submarine had other plans. McHale ended up rescuing the Sultan and the princesses himself. On the deck of the PT-73, the Sultan, a man of immense dignity and even more immense luggage, looked at the crew. Are these men to be trusted with a priceless cargo? Absolutely, Your Highness, McHale said, bowing. Wowie, wow, 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 Tinker exclaimed, catching a glimpse of the princesses. The Sultan stiffened. What is this? Wowie, wow, wow, a ceremonial greeting. Sir, McHale lied quickly. Like a chicken. It's an American naval tradition. It means, long live the king. The Sultan seemed satisfied. But the peace didn't last. Once back at the base, Binghamton tried to host a formal dinner. To steal the credit, The crew, however, had already made friends with the princesses. Ensign Parker had even managed to get one of them to agree to a private boat ride on the PT-73. The dinner was a comedy of errors. Binghamton, suspicious that one of the princesses was actually a crew member in disguise due to some very unprincess-like behavior during a dance, lunged at a veiled figure. "I've got you, you phony Balinese bunny," Binghamton yelled, ripping away a veil, only to find the actual, very offended daughter of the Sultan. "Captain," the Sultan roared, "your unpardonable behavior will be reported to the State Department. My daughters will not be insulted by a man who smells of gin and desperation." As the Sultan stormed off, Binghamton stood alone in the mess hall, holding a silk veil and wondering if the Pentagon took walk-in resignations. Chapter 4. The Laughing Gas and Deadeye Parker. The feud between Binghamton and Parker reached a boiling point when the captain decided to convene a fitness board to have the clumsy ensign discharged. July 16th, he shot down a target plane during a drill. Binghamton read from a ledger. August 1st, he torpedoed a garbage scow because he thought it was a camouflage Japanese sub. "He's a menace." The crew of the 73 knew they had to act. They had intercepted a tank of nitrous oxide laughing gas intended for the base dentist. "If we can get Binghamton into a happy mood," McHale whispered, "he'll cancel the hearing." The crew rigged the gas to the ventilation system of Binghamton's office. As the captain sat down to finalize Parker's dismissal, a sweet, hazy cloud began to fill the room. "Now, Carpenter," Binghamton giggled, "about this Chucky-Wucky Parker, isn't he a riot?" "Sir?" Carpenter asked, also beginning to feel a bit lightheaded. "He torpedoed the garbage." "Ha, the potato peels. They look just like periscopes if you've had enough wine." Binghamton was now howling with laughter, slapping his desk. He grabbed the phone, canceled the board. "Parker is a genius. He's a deadeye." Just then, a real air raid began. The sirens wailed, and Japanese bombers appeared on the horizon. Parker, still slightly buzzed from a stray whiff of the gas, wandered out onto the dock, grabbed a machine gun, and began laughing hysterically at the sky. "Hey, look at the pretty birds." Parker giggled, pulling the trigger. Rat-tat-tat-tat. By sheer, astronomical fluke, Parker's wild spray of bullets clipped the fuel line of a descending Zero. The plane erupted in a fireball and crashed into the bay. Admiral Shoemaker, who had arrived for the fitness board, watched the whole thing in awe. Magnificent. That man stood laughing in the face of death. He's a combat hero. Binghamton, coming down from his high, could only watch in horror as Parker was awarded a commendation instead of a discharge. "Why me?" he whimpered. "Why is it always me?" Chapter 5. Sydney, the alligator, and the $64,000 question. The final straw came when the base payroll, a staggering $62,000 in small, unmarked bills, was sent to New Caledonia. Binghamton, hoping to trap McHale, ordered the crew to pick it up, assuming they would succumb to greed and steal it. But the payroll met a more prehistoric fate. During a stopover, the bag was snatched by Sydney, a local alligator that Parker had befriended, mostly by feeding it his mother's peanut butter sandwiches. "Sydney ate the payroll?" McHale shouted, looking at the alligator, basking in the sun, with a canvas bag in its mouth. "And the captain's wallet," Parker added. He swallowed the ID card. Binghamton arrived on the scene, seeing the crew huddled around the beast. "Aha! You've stolen the money. Where is it?" "The alligator has it, sir," McHale said calmly. "An alligator? You expect me to believe an alligator is a bank robber?" Binghamton sneered. "I'm convening a court-martial. Parker, you're the defendant." The trial was the talk of the South Pacific. Parker, acting as his own defense attorney, argued that Sydney had an unhappy childhood and was driven to crime by a lack of peanut butter. "I object," Binghamton screamed. "You can't call an alligator as a witness." "I can, if he's holding the evidence," McHale shouted, leading the tethered alligator into the courtroom. The judge looked at the alligator, then at the bag of money sticking out of its mouth. "Captain Binghamton, is that your wallet the beast is currently digesting?" Yes, my wallet with $900, Binghamton admitted. And how did it get there? The judge asked. Binghamton paused. He couldn't admit he had dropped the wallet as a bait trap for McHale without incriminating himself for entrapment. He set a trap, Your Honor, McHale announced. He tried to frame a poor, defenseless reptile. The case was dismissed. Parker was free. The payroll was recovered after some unpleasant work with a pair of tongs. And Sydney was given a permanent home far away from the captain's office. As the PT-73 roared out of the harbor, the crew singing a Bawdy sea shanty, Captain Binghamton stood on the pier, watching them go. He took a deep breath, looked at the tropical sunset, and felt a single, solitary tear roll down his cheek. "Wow," he whispered. "Wow, wow, wow." Beside him, a lizard scurried across his shoe. Binghamton didn't even kick it. He just sighed and went to look for his garter belts. The end. The Chaos of Taratupa, a novel of military mishaps and tropical triumphs. Chapter 1. The Garter Belt Crisis. The tropical sun over Taratupa was less of a celestial body and more of a personal vendetta against Captain Wallace B. Binghamton. It beat down on his corrugated iron roof, turning his office into a convection oven where dreams of promotion went to die. Binghamton, a man whose blood pressure was currently high enough to power a small destroyer, stared in disbelief at the supply manifest. "Wow," he whispered, his voice cracking like a dry twig. "Wow, wow, wow. Garter belts, Elroy, garter belts." Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, the captain's faithful, if somewhat dim-witted, shadow, flinched. "Sir? Is there a problem with the hosiery? A problem? We are in the middle of a global conflict. The fate of the free world hangs by a thread, and I am being hounded by the nursing staff because they lack the necessary structural support for their stockings. You are the supply officer here, Carpenter. If the nurses need garter belts, you snap to it. You shake a leg. You do whatever it is people do when they are surrounded by lace and desperation." Binghamton slumped into his chair, which groaned in sympathy. "Everything is on my shoulders. I am a leader of men, a strategist of the seas, and yet I am a haberdasher to the front line." Before Carpenter could offer a reassuring platitude, the radio crackled to life with the kind of news that usually preceded a heart attack. "Sir," Carpenter squeaked, reading the decoded message. "I just got a word from a pal of mine at Comfleet. Admiral Rafferty is arriving today on a sneak inspection." Binghamton's face went through several shades of purple, eventually settling on a sickly gray. "Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty? Coming here? Today?" "Yes, sir. He's already in the air." "Oh, no," Binghamton moaned, clutching his stomach. "Iron Pants. He's the kind of man who checks the expiration date on your shoelaces. If he sees the state of this base, the gambling, the moonshine, the complete lack of military discipline, he won't just court-martial me. He'll have me deported to a deserted island and make me the governor of a coconut." He looked out the window. In the distance, he could see PT-73 moored at the dock. Commander Quentin McHale's crew were currently engaged in what appeared to be a high-stakes game of volleyball, using a stuffed monkey as the ball. "The sinks in the Petty Officers Club are backing up," Binghamton shouted into the telephone as it rang. "Hello? Yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect? Tokyo Rose? The sinks are backing up? So what? I'm the commanding officer, not a plumber. My stomach acid could start a car, and you're talking to me about drainage." He hung up, breathing heavily. A desperate, brilliant, and entirely cowardly idea began to form in his fevered mind. "Carpenter," he said, his eyes gleaming with a sudden, oily light. "If I was sick, really sick, I couldn't be held responsible for the inspection, could I?" "Well, no, sir. You'd have to appoint an acting base commander." Binghamton's grin widened. "Exactly. And who better to face the wrath of Iron Pants than the man who turned this base into a circus? Not Julian, not Nini. McHale. With McHale and his cutthroats in charge, they'll run wild. They'll destroy themselves right in front of the Admiral. It'll be a massacre. And I'll be tucked away in a hospital bed, innocent as a lamb. Sir, that's absolutely brilliant, Carpenter admitted. I do look sort of sick, don't I, Elroy? Binghamton began to stagger, clutching his brow. Terribly sick, sir. Chapter 2. The acting base commander, Commander Quentin McHale, walked into the infirmary with the weary grace of a man who had seen everything and expected none of it to be good. He found Binghamton draped across a bed, looking like a discarded laundry bag. Oh, McHale. Binghamton groaned, his voice a theatrical whisper. I don't know. It's taking a lot of tests. I'm in bad shape. Sorry to hear it, Captain, McHale said, though he didn't look particularly convinced. Anything we can do? Yes. Raise my head a little, will you? Ensign Charles Parker, McHale's executive officer, and a man whose nervous system was perpetually tuned to panic, rushed forward. I'll do it, sir. Let me help. Parker grabbed the bed crank with the enthusiasm of a maniac. Creak. Binghamton's head rose. Creak. It kept rising. Put it down, Binghamton shrieked. You're folding me like a lawn chair. Sorry, sir. I thought it was in neutral. Parker fumbled, causing the bed to drop with a bone-jarring thud. Binghamton wheezed. McHale. The medics don't know how long I'll be in here. I have to appoint an acting base commander. I've decided. It's you. McHale blinked. Me? Captain, you must be kidding. I'm a saltwater skipper. I'd be useless behind a desk. Do I look like a man who is kidding? Binghamton gestured to his pale face. And I wouldn't dream of leaving you without help. I'm appointing Parker here as acting executive officer of the base. Parker's eyes bugged out. Oh boy. Did you hear that, Skipper? Acting exec. You won't regret this, Captain. I know, Binghamton muttered, closing his eyes to hide his devious smirk. Now out! Out! Take command this minute! As McHale and Parker exited, the atmosphere of the base shifted instantly. The word spread through the crew of the 73 like wildfire. The skipper is in charge. Back in the office, the chaos began. The phone rang incessantly. Chief Harrison burst in. The sinks are still plugged up. And the petty officers. Hold it, Chief! McHale shouted, holding 3 phones at once. Can't you see I'm on the phone? Parker, meanwhile, was reveling in his new authority. Executive Officer Parker here. What? Garter belts? Yes, we found those items. I'll have them sent over to the nurses' quarters, immediately. And tell the Seabees to keep their heads down on the rifle range? What do you mean the rifle range is in the middle of the kitchen? Just keep shooting. While McHale and Parker struggled with bureaucracy, the crew, Gruber, Virgil, and the rest took McHale's all ahead, full order, a bit too literally. The skipper said it's okay, Grub? Virgil asked, eyeing the crates of forbidden goods. You bet, Gruber grinned. His exact words were, tell the boys my orders are all ahead full. And if that isn't a base commander's way of saying, throw a party, I don't know what is. Within the hour, the base was transformed. Hula girls appeared from nowhere. Music blared. Chapter 3. Iron Pants arrives. Admiral Iron Pants. Rafferty's plane touched down with a roar that sounded like the judgment of God. Binghamton, watching from the infirmary window, rubbed his hands together. Look at them, Elroy. They've turned Taratupa into a regular Roman orgy. Half-dressed girls, music, gambling. McHale is as good as dead. Down on the ground, McHale had just received the news. Iron Pants is here? Now? He's in a jeep on his way over, Skip, Christy yelled. McHale looked at the hula girls, the roast pigs, and the illegal gambling tables. Panic! No, wait, don't panic. Chuck, get these girls out of here. Put them in the air raid shelter. Move it. The crew scrambled. The girls were shoved into the bunker just as the Admiral's jeep screeched to a halt. Welcome to Taratupa, sir. McHale stood at stiff attention, his shirt only partially tucked in. Acting Base Commander McHale at your service. Admiral Rafferty. a man who looked like he had been carved out of granite and then dipped in vinegar, stepped out at ease. "Where is Binghamton?" "In the hospital, sir." "Terrible illness, hallucinations." "I see," Rafferty growled. "I'll pay my respects, then we begin the inspection." In the infirmary, Binghamton was ready. He waited until Rafferty entered, then began his performance. "Admiral, thank heaven you're here. You must go to the air raid shelter. Immediately. The disgrace. The hula girls." "Hula girls?" Rafferty turned to McHale. "He's delirious, sir," McHale interjected. "Poor captain. He thinks there are girls everywhere. Closets, bunkers, the laundry. It's combat fatigue. Don't you try to weasel out of this," Binghamton screamed, jumping out of bed. I'll show you the evidence." Binghamton dragged the Admiral to the laundry shack. There, behind those boilers, he threw open the doors. Instead of hula girls, a group of confused sailors were mid-fire drill, holding buckets of soapy water. "A fire drill, sir," Parker shouted, appearing from behind a steam vent. 100% successful." Rafferty turned his icy gaze to Binghamton, who was standing there in a seaman's uniform he had swiped from a locker. "Binghamton, why are you running around in a seaman's uniform screaming about hula girls?" "But they were here. McHale hid them." "Captain," Rafferty said, his voice dripping with disappointment, "a nice long rest is what you need. Maybe a psychiatric evaluation. McHale, take him back to the hospital, and if he tries to escape, use a sedative." "Yes, sir." McHale grinned. "Happy to help, sir." Chapter 4. The Sultan and the Scoundrels. A week after the Rafferty incident, a new challenge arrived at Taratupa. The Admiral called again. A high-profile guest, the Sultan of Mirani, was arriving with his 3 daughters. Binghamton, now recovered but even more desperate to prove McHale's incompetence, saw a new opportunity. "The Sultan's daughters are princesses," Elroy, Binghamton plotted. "McHale and his riffraff won't be able to help themselves. They'll debase the dignity of the royal family. And then I'll have him." When the Sultan arrived, he was a majestic figure in flowing robes. His daughters were equally stunning, veiled and silent. "Greetings, Your Highness," McHale said, bowing low. "We are here to serve you." The Sultan, however, was fascinated by PT-73. "An interesting craft, Commander. If my country had a navy, I would want a fleet of these. May I handle the wheel?" "Be my guest, sir," McHale said. The Sultan took the wheel and proceeded to drive the PT boat with the reckless abandon of a teenager in a stolen car. "Wowie, wow, wow," he shouted. "Like a chicken, I am flying." "Like a chicken?" Binghamton whispered to Carpenter. "Is that a Mirani custom?" "I think he's just having fun, sir." But the fun turned to chaos when the crew realized they had a romantic in their midst. Virgil had fallen for one of the princesses, Siri. Her name means happiness in Mirani. Virgil sighed. "It means court-martial in Navy," McHale warned. "Stay away from her, Virgil." But Virgil didn't listen. He swiped the PT boat for a moonlit cruise with Siri. When the engines conked out, a convenient excuse for more time alone, the base went into a frenzy. Binghamton, realizing one princess was missing, decided to force the issue at the official dinner. "One of these girls is an imposter," he shouted, pointing at the veiled dancers. He lunged forward and snatched the veil off one of the dancers. It wasn't a princess. It was Ensign Parker, in a wig and a silk robe. "Aha!" Binghamton yelled. "I knew it." The Sultan stood up, his face thunderous. "You have debased my honor. You have laid hands upon my—" "Wait. That is a man in a dress." "It's a ceremonial custom, sir," McHale shouted, thinking fast. "The dance of the bearded maiden. It's for good luck." The Sultan looked at Parker, who was currently trying to hide his mustache behind a silk fan. "A strange custom, but it shows great dedication to my entertainment. You are a brave man, little dancer." Binghamton fainted. Chapter 5. Laughing Gas and the Fitness Board. The final blow to Binghamton's sanity came when he decided to convene a fitness board to evaluate Ensign Parker's worthiness as an officer. Parker is a goofball, Binghamton told McHale. A boob. A total washout. When Admiral Shoemaker gets here, he'll break Parker down to seaman second class so fast his head will spin. The crew knew they had to save Parker. They needed Binghamton in a good mood, a very good mood. What about the laughing gas, Skip? Gruber suggested. From the dental clinic? Nitrous oxide? McHale considered it. It might work. If Binghamton is high on the happy juice, he'll cancel the hearing. The crew rigged a tank of gas to the ventilation system of Binghamton's office. As the captain sat at his desk, preparing his list of Parker's failures, a sweet-smelling mist began to fill the room. L939. Hee, Binghamton giggled. Why am I laughing? Parker is a failure. A failure. Hee. Like a little potato peel, McHale walked in. Captain, are you all right? McHale, Quinny Winnie, you're a riot. Everything is a riot. Look at this window. It's stuck. Hee. Stuck like a chicken. Just then, an air raid siren blared. Real enemy planes were spotted. Invaders. Binghamton cheered. How festive. Let's go out and greet them. Binghamton staggered outside, giggling at the explosions. Parker, in a state of sheer terror, accidentally tripped over a machine gun mount. His weight pulled the trigger, and the gun sprayed the sky. By some miracle, the bullets caught the engine of a low-flying Japanese bomber. The plane spiraled down and crashed into the lagoon. Admiral Shoemaker, who had just arrived for the hearing, witnessed the whole thing. Magnificent, Shoemaker exclaimed. A brave lad, standing in the face of death, laughing as he defends the base. Parker, you are a credit to the Navy. Magnificent. Binghamton wheezed, the gas beginning to wear off. He's a boob. He tripped. Nonsense, Binghamton. You're clearly suffering from combat fatigue. You're delirious. La pasenda, la pasenda, la pasenda. La pasenda, la pasenda, la pasenda. La pasenda, la pasenda. Anyone, la pasenda. La pasenda, la pasenda, la pasenda, la pasenda. You're calling your officers chucky-wucky. I think we need to evaluate your fitness for command. Chapter 6, Sydney and the Payroll. The final act of the Taratupa saga involved a lost payroll and a very hungry alligator. Captain Binghamton had received $62,000 in cash to pay the base. Seeking to trap McHale, he lost his wallet near the crew's quarters, hoping one of them would steal it. However, he didn't count on Sydney. Sydney was a local alligator that the crew had adopted as a mascot, mostly because he liked Virgil's mother's peanut butter sandwiches. Sydney, finding the wallet, decided it looked like a tasty snack and swallowed it, whole ID card and all. When Binghamton couldn't find the wallet and McHale's crew claimed an alligator ate it, the captain was ecstatic. A likely story, Binghamton roared. You stole the money and invented a prehistoric culprit. To the brig with all of you. The crew was put on trial. Parker, acting as his own defense attorney, was doing a terrible job. I object, Parker shouted. On what grounds? The judge asked. On the grounds that Sydney had an unhappy childhood. He didn't know the wallet was government property. The trial was a disaster until McHale burst in, leading a very reluctant Sydney on a leash. Behold, the witness for the defense, McHale announced. Get that monster out of here, Binghamton shrieked. Not until he delivers the evidence, sir. McHale held a peanut butter sandwich over Sydney's head. The alligator opened his jaws wide. With a sudden gulp, he regurgitated a soggy, leather wallet. The judge opened the wallet. Inside was Binghamton's ID and the $62,000 in marked bills. Aha, the judge said. Marked bills? Captain Binghamton, why were you carrying marked bills in a wallet you claimed was stolen by your own men? It was a trap. A clever trap. It was a frame-up, the judge corrected. And a clumsy one at that. Case dismissed. And Captain, I think you owe Sydney an apology. Epilogue. The Peace of the Pacific. As the sun set over the lagoon, McHale and his crew sat on the deck of the 73, sipping cold beer and watching the stars. You know, Skip, Parker said, looking at his new commendation. I think I'm finally getting the hang of this Navy life. McHale laughed. Don't get too comfortable, Chuck. Binghamton's eyebrows are almost grown back. He'll be looking for a new way to get us by morning. In the distance, the sounds of a frustrated captain could be heard screaming at a broken typewriter. But for now, on the island of Taratupa, there was peace. And garter belts. Lots and lots of garter belts. The end. The Pirates of Taratupa. The Misadventures of PT-73. Chapter 1. The Ulcer and the Garter Belts. The sun over Taratupa did not merely shine. It interrogated. It was a relentless, humid glare that turned the Pacific theater of World War II into a giant, salt-crusted steam room. At the center of this tropical pressure cooker sat Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, a man whose blood pressure was currently high enough to power a small destroyer. Binghamton leaned over his mahogany desk, staring in disbelief at the man standing before him. Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, his sycophantic but largely useless aide, was sweating through his uniform. Wow, Binghamton muttered, his voice trembling. Wow, wow, wow. Garter belts, Carpenter? You are the supply officer of this base. If the nurses need garter belts, you don't file a report. You snap to it. You shake a leg. You do whatever it takes to keep the hosiery of the United States Navy from falling down. Sir, I'm trying, Carpenter squeaked. But between the shortage of rubber and the fact that Commander McHale's men are using the supply requisitions to wallpaper their shack, it's difficult. The mention of McHale was like a spark in a powder magazine. Binghamton's left eye began to twitch, a classic symptom of what the base doctor called McHale-itis. Everything is on my shoulders, Binghamton moaned, reaching for a bottle of white pills that sat on his desk like a trophy. This whole war. And now, I get a message from a pal at Comfleet. Admiral Rafferty is arriving today for a sneak inspection, Carpenter gasped. Iron Pants Rafferty? Coming here? But sir, the base is a disaster. The sinks in the Petty Officers Club are backed up, and the men look like they've been living in a beach colony for 10 years. The phone on the desk rang with the fury of a siren. Binghamton snatched it up. Hello. Yes, this is Captain Binghamton. Who did you expect to find? Tokyo Rose. He listened for a second, his face turning a shade of purple usually reserved for expensive wine. The sinks are backing up? So what? I'm the commanding officer, not a plumber. Fix it yourself. He slammed the phone down and turned back to the pills. My stomach acid could start a car, Carpenter. I can't face Rafferty. Not with the 73 crew running wild. Suddenly, a light bulb of pure, desperate genius flickered in Binghamton's tormented mind. Wait a minute. If I were sick, truly sick, I could appoint an acting base commander. He would have to deal with the Admiral's temper. He would be the one Rafferty screams at. Carpenter grinned. Sir, I am ready to accept the supreme test. Not you, you ninny. It's brilliant. Binghamton threw himself onto his office couch, clutching his stomach. I do look sick, don't I? Terribly sick? Est-il a sight? Oh, sir, Carpenter cried, playing along with Oscar-worthy intensity. Chapter 2. The Acting Commander. Lieutenant Commander Quinton McHale entered the hospital wing with a look of genuine concern that slowly evaporated as he saw Binghamton draped over a bed like a wilted lily. Beside him, Ensign Charles Parker, a man whose primary military skill was apologizing for things he hadn't done yet, stood trembling. Oh, McHale, Binghamton groaned, his voice a frail whisper. It's bad. The tests. No answers yet. I'm in bad shape. Gee, Captain, I'm sorry, McHale said, though his eyes were darting toward the door. We'll give Lieutenant Carpenter all the help he needs while you're out. Carpenter? Binghamton sat up with surprising vigor before remembering he was supposed to be dying. No, he's a boob. I'm appointing you the acting base commander, McHale. And Parker here. He'll be the acting executive officer. Parker's eyes widened to the size of dinner plates. Me? Executive officer? Oh boy. Skipper, did you hear that? You won't regret this, Captain. I know, Binghamton muttered, sinking back into the pillow. Now get out. Take command. That's an order. As soon as the door clicked shut, McHale and Parker walked into the main office. The transition was instantaneous. Within an hour, the rigid, if decaying, structure of the base had transformed into something resembling a floating circus. In the corner of the office, Harrison and Tinker were arguing over a pile of what looked like slingshots. What are those? McHale asked, rubbing his temples. The garter belts. Skip, Harrison beamed. The nurses were complaining, so we improvised. We found a stash of heavy-duty rubber from a downed Japanese weather balloon. The phone rang. Parker snatched it up. Executive Officer Parker here. What? The sinks? Chief, I'm on the phone. Go find a wrench or a straw. Also, did you know the CBs are building the new barracks in the middle of the rifle range? Tell them to keep their heads down. McHale sighed. Parker, we're supposed to be preparing for an inspection. Right, Skip. Full speed ahead. Parker shouted, accidentally knocking over a filing cabinet. Meanwhile, in the barracks, the rest of the crew, Gruber, Virgil, and Christie, had decided that acting command was a license for entrepreneurship. Within 2 hours, they had established a hula hotshot club in the base laundry. Step right up, Gruber shouted to a line of thirsty sailors. Gruber, McHale's voice boomed from the doorway. What the hell is this? Iron Pants, Rafferty is landing in 15 minutes. The music, a frantic ukulele tune, stopped abruptly. The hula girls, who were actually local islanders looking for a quick buck, stared at McHale. The Admiral? Gruber turned pale. But Skip, you said all ahead full. I meant military operations, not a Roman orgy in the laundry room. Where? Christie asked. The air raid shelter. Hide them there until the Admiral leaves. As the crew scrambled to shove grass-skirted dancers into the concrete bunker, a jeep screeched to a halt outside. A man with a jaw like a granite ledge and eyes like cold steel stepped out. Admiral Iron Pants Rafferty had arrived. Chapter 3. The Sultan and the Princesses. The inspection with Rafferty had been a miracle of luck and lies. Between Parker's ceremonial native garlands and McHale's quick thinking, the Admiral had left convinced that Binghamton was the one who had lost his mind. Binghamton, who had tried to expose the hula girls only to find an empty laundry room, ended up back in the hospital with a real ulcer this time. But Taratupa never stayed quiet for long. A week later, Binghamton was back in his office, looking at a cable from the Pentagon. A sultan? The Sultan of Mirani is coming here, and his 3 daughters, sir, Carpenter added helpfully. The Sultan is a key ally. The Japanese are threatening his island, and we're bringing him here for safety. Binghamton's eyes gleamed. This is it, Carpenter. A diplomatic event. If I handle this perfectly, I'll get my star, but I have to keep McHale away. I'm sending PT-73 on a recon mission to Aku Aku. It's a deserted strip of sand with nothing but seagulls. However, Fate and the Japanese Navy had other plans. The Sultan's plane developed engine trouble and was forced to land near Samura, right where McHale and the 73 were patrolling. When McHale pulled the PT-73 alongside the downed plane, he wasn't expecting a man in silk robes and 3 women who looked like they had stepped out of 1001 Nights. I am Sultan Karim, the man announced, stepping onto the oily deck of the PT boat. And these are my daughters. Are you the ones to protect us? Lieutenant Commander McHale at your service, Your Highness, McHale said, bowing. From the back of the boat, a voice rang out. Wowie, wow, wow. It was Harrison, staring at the princesses. The Sultan's face darkened. Who dares debase the dignity of the princesses? Oh, he didn't mean any harm, sir. He began flapping his arms. Wowie, wow, wow. The Sultan blinked. Your customs are strange, but your boat is efficient. By the time they reached the base, the Sultan was so impressed with the ride that he insisted McHale and his crew attend the state dinner. This, of course, drove Binghamton to the brink of insanity. "I will not have it," Binghamton screamed in his office. "McHale and his riffraff at the royal dinner? They'll eat with their hands. They'll tell jokes about the Admiral." The dinner was a catastrophe in slow motion. The crew, restricted to the base, but desperate for a piece of the action, had sent Gruber and Virgil to infiltrate the event. Gruber had even swiped a commander's uniform to impress one of the princesses he had met on the boat. In the middle of the Sultan's speech, Binghamton noticed something. One of the princesses dancing in the center of the floor had remarkably hairy legs and was wearing combat boots under her silk skirt. "Aha!" Binghamton shrieked, jumping onto the table. He grabbed the dancer and ripped off the veil, revealing Ensign Parker, who had been forced into the costume by Gruber to cover for a missing princess who had snuck off for a boat ride. "Captain, how dare you?" the Sultan roared. "You assault my daughter?" "It's Parker, sir." "I see a clumsy American officer in a dress," the Sultan said coldly. "But I also see a base commander who has lost his mind. Come, daughters, we leave for Washington. I will tell the president of this outrage." Binghamton stood on the table, clutching a silk veil, as the Sultan stormed out. "Why me?" he whispered to the ceiling. "Why is it always me? Fles, porca, pelas, porcato, cantos." Chapter 4. The Curse of the Ghost Boat. Desperate to get rid of McHale once and for all, Binghamton decided to play on the one thing all sailors shared: superstition. "I found the old records, Carpenter," Binghamton said, a wicked grin on his face. PT-73 wasn't always the 73. It was originally commissioned as PT-13. The jinxed boat. 2 crews lost. Exploding engines. It's a floating Jonah. He made sure the secret file was accidentally left where the 73 crew would find it. Within hours, the dock was silent. The crew sat on the deck of their boat, staring at the hull. 13? Willie whispered. "We're living on borrowed time." "Nonsense," McHale said, though even he looked a bit uneasy. "It's a Binghamton trick." But that night, the haunting began. Suddenly, the engines started by themselves. The guns began to swivel. A ghostly voice moaned through the vents. "Give back the payroll." "The boat's possessed!" Parker screamed, running down the dock in his pajamas. The crew was ready to sign transfer papers immediately. Binghamton sat in his shack, gloating. "I've got them, Carpenter. 7 requests for transfer. They're leaving Taratupa." But McHale wasn't a man who stayed fooled for long. He found a wire tucked under the gun turret. He found a speaker in the bilge. "Oh, so it's ghosts he wants, is it?" McHale grinned, a predatory glint in his eye. "All right, boys. Let's show the captain a real haunting." The next night, Binghamton was celebrating in his quarters with a bottle of champagne. "Carpenter, is that you?" 4 glowing figures appeared in the doorway. They were draped in white sheets, but they were wearing sailor hats. "Wally Binghamton." "Get away!" Binghamton shrieked, throwing his shoes at the apparitions. "I'm a superior officer. I order you to stop being dead. Give us the transfers." "Wally," the ghost of Parker whispered, hovering near the ceiling. Thanks to a complex system of pulleys Gruber had rigged. "Or face the eternal inspection of the damned." Binghamton scrambled to his desk, grabbed the transfer papers, and shoved them into the lead ghost's hand. "Take them! Just go back to the grave." The ghosts vanished. The lights came back on. Binghamton sat shivering on the floor. The next morning, McHale walked into the office and placed the torn-up transfer papers on the captain's desk. "Good morning, sir. We decided to stay. The boat seems much quieter today. Must have been the wind." Chapter 5. The $62,000 payroll heist. The final straw came when the base payroll $62,000 in small, unmarked bills needed to be picked up from New Caledonia. "I won't trust McHale with it," Binghamton told Carpenter. "But if I let them pick it up and the money disappears, they'll all go to the brig for life. It's a trap they can't resist." He ordered Parker to pick up the money. Parker, being Parker, managed to get hit on the head by a falling coconut, or possibly a very heavy baguette, while walking through the streets of Numia. When he woke up, the canvas bag was gone. The money, Parker wailed, running back to the dock. Skip, I lost the base payroll. You what? McHale turned white. Parker, that's $62,000. Binghamton will have us all shot. I saw a girl, Parker sobbed. A girl in a green dress. No, blue. She had a birthmark. A little brown heart on her right ankle. I remember it because, well, I was on the ground. A girl with a heart on her ankle, McHale muttered. What followed was a chaotic chase through the cafes and marketplaces of the island. The crew of the 73 was seen under tables, lifting tablecloths and apologizing to outraged French women. Pardon, madame, Gruber said, lifting a woman's skirt. The U.S. Navy is looking for stolen property. The serial number is on the leg. Cochon, the woman yelled, hitting him with a loaf of bread. While the crew searched, Binghamton and Carpenter were already in town, working with the local police to arrest the thieves. They've absconded, Binghamton told the French prefect. McHale and his pirates have taken the money and are probably halfway to Australia by now. Just then, McHale spotted the man who had actually taken the bag, a local crook in a grey suit, who had used the girl as a distraction. The man was heading for an old, abandoned fort on the edge of town. There he is, McHale shouted. Get him. The chase ended at an ancient, rusty cannon overlooking the harbor. The crook, trapped, shoved the canvas bag into the mouth of the cannon to hide it. Halt! Binghamton's voice rang out. He appeared with a squad of MPs. McHale, you're under arrest for grand larceny. Captain, wait, McHale yelled. The money is in the cannon. Likely story, Binghamton sneered. MPs, take them away. But Ensign Parker, in a fit of clumsy heroism, tripped over a loose stone and fell against a torch. The torch hit the fuse of the old cannon. Boom! The cannon roared. It wasn't loaded with a ball, but it was loaded with $62,000. A green cloud of cash exploded into the air, raining down over the harbor like a victory parade. My money! Binghamton screamed, running around and trying to catch the bills in his hat. Look, it's raining 20s. Get them all. McHale stood back, watching the captain scramble in the mud for a few stray $50 bills. Well, Skip, Parker said, catching a $100 bill that landed on his nose. I guess we're off the hook? For now, Parker, McHale sighed, looking at the chaotic scene. But somehow, I think the captain is going to find a way to blame us for the wind. 42,365. Binghamton was muttering, counting the crumpled bills. McHale, you're still missing $3. I'll have your stripes for this. McHale just smiled, tipped his cap, and led his crew back to the PT-73. The war was far from over, but as long as there were garter belts to find, sultans to rescue, and captains to drive crazy, life on Taratupa was never going to be boring. Epilogue. A few weeks later, Sidney the alligator, a local swamp dweller the crew had befriended, was seen basking on the dock. In his mouth was a small, leather wallet. Hey, Sidney, Parker called out, tossing him a peanut butter sandwich. What you got there? He pulled the wallet out. It was waterlogged, chewed, and smelled of swamp gas. Inside was an ID card. Captain Wallace B. Binghamton. Skip! Parker yelled. Sidney found the captain's wallet. From the office window, Binghamton's scream echoed across the lagoon. McHale, who told that alligator he could have my ID card? You're under arrest, all of you, arrested. McHale just leaned back in his deck chair, lit a cigar, and winked at the sun. Wowie. Wow. Wow, he whispered. Wowie. Wow. Wow indeed, Parker replied. The end? The South Pacific Pandemonium. A novel of comedy, chaos, and coastal command, based on the chronicles of PT-73 and the trials of Captain Binghamton. Prologue. The humidity of madness. The South Pacific was not merely a theater of war,